team does that part of it on defense as well as anybody.
When we come back, we'll check out what the Tide needs to do on defense. Those are your keys to victory presented by Ford, and they're coming your way right after this on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green Equipment to give you a big advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment and tried and true expertise. We'll help you call the right plays on your property, and we're always there when you need an assist. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, gators to agriculture equipment, we've got serious game. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast. Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider Podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth and courtside cams, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes, coaches, and media members that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Crimson Tide. The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
You know, great things are possible when you got the power, performance, and smart features of a Ford F-150. Proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Greatness starts here at your local Ford dealer. Bryan, what are the keys to victory defensively if Alabama's going to get this victory here tonight against A&M?
Well, Texas A&M plays a lot different than Alabama does on the defensive end, but offensively, a lot of similarities, and one is volume of threes taken. This is an A&M team that takes a lot and makes a lot of threes, and they've got two of the best in the SEC. And Ruben Dominguez, 6'7", forward, can really shoot it from the three-point line. Number 2 in the SEC in three-point makes and percentage, and a familiar name that can shoot it. We've seen him make a bunch of threes here in Coleman Coliseum, and that's former Tide guard Rylan Griffin, a big part of Alabama's 2024 Final Four team. He went to Kansas, had mixed success there, but he's fit in really well with Bucky McMillan in that fast-paced offense where he's got the green light to shoot threes. He was used to that here in Coleman Coliseum, but we wouldn't mind if he didn't have his best game in Coleman. In this one, Alabama's got to do a great job defensively against the three-point shooters of A&M.
We love Riley. I mean, Rylan, if he scored 50 and they lost, we'd be happy. But
and they
I
lost.
Got a feeling,
and they lost.
I got a feeling, though, that if he scores 50, we ain't going to feel good leaving here tonight. We're coming back, and we'll have the tip. The Ford pregame show wrapping up. Alabama and Texas A&M coming your way in just a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This has been the Ford pregame show. Ford, great things are possible when you have the power, performance, and smart features of a Ford F-150. Proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Greatness starts here at your local Ford dealer. Crimson Tide basketball is also brought to you by Coca-Cola. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. Get ready. The Alabama Crimson Tide hit the court next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryan Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
The Alabama Education Association is the member-driven voice of Alabama's education employees. AEA members are teachers, education support professionals, administrators, professors, future teachers, and education retirees. Joining the Alabama Education Association has never been easier. Use their new online membership for a fast, safe, and secure way to join today. Visit myaea.org to learn more.
At Alabama, you know what it takes to be the best. You don't win it all year after year by being a copycat. You do it by setting the standard, by being the original. And that's exactly what Guthrie's is, the original. The original chicken finger restaurant that started a Golden Fried dynasty. So keep the Golden Fried game day tradition alive with a gut box loaded with chicken fingers and that signature sauce. It's a winning combination every single time. Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant.
Hey, college hoops fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day spirit. From the couch to courtside, Evan Williams is with you for every tip-off and buzzer beater. Because we might be divided by the score, but we're united by the pour. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and make this extra-aged Kentucky bourbon a part of your game day tradition. Roll Tide. Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume. Must be 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Lease a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $279 a month for 39 months. Offer valid through March 2nd, 2026. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $42.78 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Here we go. It's time for Alabama Crimson Tide basketball on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
To the trailer. 3. Bottom. Tie game. 75 all. He'll rise. He'll fire. He'll make a 3.
Crimson Tide basketball is brought to you by Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant, and a proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit rolltide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app and win big this season. Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide. Cook's Pest Control. Give pests the full court press and call Cook's today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. And by Ford. Great things are possible when you have the power, performance, and smart features of a Ford F-150. Proud sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Greatness starts here at your local Ford dealer.
For the win! Ball game! Ball game! Ball game! Bama wins!
Now, turn it up. It's game time. Here's the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
Welcome back to Coleman Coliseum as we are just moments away from tip-off. The anthem has been performed. Now we're going to turn it over to Tony Giles for the introduction of the starters.
Here are the starting lineups. First, our visitors from Bryan, College Station, Texas, the Aggies of Texas A&M University. At guard, a 6'3" graduate from Rockford, Illinois, number 0, Marcus Hill. At guard, a 6'5" senior from Dallas, Texas, number 3, Rylan Griffin. At guard, a 6' senior from Huntsville, Alabama, number 5, Ja'Kari Lane. At guard, a 6'6" sophomore from Puerto Real, Spain, number 9, Ruben Dominguez. And at forward, a 6'8" graduate from Chicago, Illinois, number 12, Rashawn Agee. Texas A&M's assistant coaches are Kyle Keller, Frank Haith, TJ Cleveland, and Dave Good. Mitch Cole is the associate head coach, and the Aggies head coach is Bucky McMillan.
Hey, we want to honor our West Shore home warrior of the game tonight. It's Captain Dan Hanel. Captain Hanel is an Air Force officer with over a decade of experience in nuclear operations, war planning, and officer development. Currently assigned to the University of Alabama as an Air Force ROTC instructor, in which he was recognized as 2025's top Air Force ROTC constructor in the nation. He'll be next assigned to an Air Operations Center at a strategic planner at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany. Thank you, Captain Hanel, for your service to our country, and thank you, West Shore Homes, for your support of Alabama basketball. Now, once again, let's go back to Tony Giles for the introduction of the Alabama starters.
Now, please stand and deliver a rolling tide for Alabama's starting 5. At forward, a 6'8" freshman from Green Bay, Wisconsin, number 5, Amari Allen. At forward, a 6'11" sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, number 22, Aiden Sherrill. And a 6'3" graduate from Omaha, Nebraska, number 3, Latrell Reisel Jr. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 2, Aiden Holloway. And at guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Mobile, Alabama, number 0, LeBaron Pylon Jr. The assistant coaches are Preston Murphy, Bryan Adams, and Chris Fleming. And Alabama's head coach is Nate Oates. This is Alabama basketball.
And before we get started, why don't we pause 10 seconds so our local stations can identify themselves to you. Welcome to the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Brian Passink, Nate Oates decided to go with a 4-guard look for tonight's matchup, at least to start things off here at Coleman.
Yeah, and I think a good decision for a lot of reasons. One is with the way that A&M plays, they're pressing, they're trapping. And Alabama is a team that has done a great job taking care of the ball, but not so much in their last outing against the Florida Gators. Bama's gone with a bigger lineup. We've seen a lot of the Twin Towers with Aiden Sherrill and Charles Bediako playing together. I don't know that we'll see much of that tonight because of the personnel. And also, Alabama's got some guys back that haven't been available. Amari Allen's one that did play against the Florida Gators, but he's been banged up, hasn't practiced in a couple of weeks up until the day before the Florida game. He's had a couple of days of practice since. Hopefully, he's fully healthy. And also, Aiden Holloway's missed some time as well. But Alabama, as we've talked about, I think, still the best backcourt in the country when healthy. They just haven't been healthy, and getting closer to that here tonight. Couldn't come at a better time against a team that leads the SEC and does it with defense in Texas A&M.
The Aggies wearing the road maroon, Alabama the home white with the crimson lettering in trim. Steven Anderson, Byron Jarrett, Lee Cassell are the officials working this evening's ball game. Again, for Alabama, it'll be Aiden Sherrill who will be jumping center. Rashawn Agee will handle that for A&M. Steven Anderson, the lead official at center court, puts the ball in the air, and the tap is controlled in the backcourt to our right by the Aggies and Dominguez. Front court bringing it will be Lane. He dribbles to his left and defended by Amari Allen. Gives it off to Agee, who takes a couple of dribbles left. Now faces the basket 17 feet out. Gives it off to Dominguez, driving, gives it back to Agee. Backing his way down, puts it up, blocked by Sherrill, and Bama comes the other way. Good block by one of the top men in that regard in the league. Three, left wing, bottom. Amari Allen knocking home the bank first three, and a great start for the Tide.
Yeah, and great to start Amari Allen, who's been out. He's your backup point guard starting at the power forward here tonight.
Hill left alone, buries the three. He was a good 2 steps beyond the arc from the top of the circle, and Bama and A&M are tied at 3 apiece. Here comes the Tide the other way. Holloway with it, top of the arc, working against Dominguez. Stops, swings it over to Reitzel. Right corner, 3 ball, too strong, and the rebound called on the far side by Agee. 3-3 game, 1 minute 5 seconds into this one from Coleman Coliseum. Driving will be the Aggies, kicking it near side to Hill. Another open 3. This one's missed. Long rebound to Allen, who gives it off to Holloway, and Aiden will give it back to Amari. Allen driving to his left. Size advantage with Lane defending him. He'll swing it near side to Holloway. Holloway trying to drive, gets cut off. Gives it off to Sherrill, back to Holloway. Holloway whips a pass over to Allen. Fakes the 3 as he's guarded by Griffin. Stops, swings it over to Reitzel. Reitzel cut off with 3 on the shot clock. Gets into the paint, bounce pass Allen for 3. Too strong, and the long rebound run down by the Aggies.
Really good defensive possession by A&M. Alabama ended up with a tough long 3 by Allen at the end of the shot clock.
Dominguez weaving through traffic, kicks it back out to the top of the arc, and Agee knocks home the 3-pointer, and Texas A&M grabs a 6-3 lead. All the buckets coming from beyond the arc. Phylon front court for the Crimson Tide. Gives it off to Sherrill, who pivots, takes a dribble to his left, faces the basket. Now he'll try to drive against Agee. Getting underneath the basket, he'll spin, he'll shoot, he'll miss. Had his own rebound, but couldn't hang on to it. Loses it out of bounds, and possession will go back to Texas A&M.
Well, we talked about defensively. Alabama's got to do a great job against the 3-point shooting of Texas A&M, one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the SEC, and they've gotten a couple of open looks, knocking down a couple.
Lane brings it ahead for A&M. Holloway guards him this time down the floor. To the top of the arc, they will work it to Agee. A couple of dribbles, and then a handoff to Dominguez. He'll shoot the 3. He'll miss it, and the rebound claimed by Sherrill. Aiden will bring it himself towards the midcourt stripe. Gets it front court now with Agee defending him. Sherrill showing his handle, going to his right, still with a dribble. Now hands it off literally to Phylon. Fires it in the corner to Reitzel. Latrell left alone, steps back to the 17, missed it. Rebound is tipped and controlled by the Aggies. Here comes Hill the other way. Doesn't have numbers, doesn't care. Drives in, lays it up, missed it. Rebounded again by Sherrill. To Holloway, who'll hurry it front court. Aiden weaving through traffic. Lets a defender go by. Backs it out beyond the arc. Surveys the floor. Plays off a screen. Looks inside Sherrill. Under control. Missed the layup, but got fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, we've seen Aiden Sherrill do a great job with footwork and taking his time, patience on the inside. Didn't on the last possession, this time does. Gets the foul. He'll go to the line for 2. You mentioned that Aiden Sherrill was showing off his ball handling ability, and he's capable of doing that. But that's buckyball. That's what he wants to do. If you notice, they'll trap. They don't trap a lot of your non-ball handlers because that's who they want to handle the ball. So that's by design on the Texas A&M side to get the bigs of Alabama and the centers to handle the ball on that last possession. But fortunately, Sherrill did a good job.
Zach Clements checks in for Texas A&M. 6'11", 232, a grad transfer from Kansas, San Antonio native. As Aiden Sherrill hits 2 free throws, he'll check out, and Charles Bediako will come in to replace him for the Crimson Tide. 6-5, Aggies leading Bama, 16:37 and ticking. Time left here in the opening half of play. Lane trying to drive from the right side, can't, throws it over into the corner, and he'll drive into the paint, he'll spin, he'll shoot the reverse layup with the right hand. That's good, and it's an 8-5 Aggie lead. Here's Bama back the other way. Houston Millette's in for the Tide, gives it back to Philon. Philon directing traffic, gives it off to Bediako, who pivots, feeds it over now near side. Three-pointer up and good. Amari Allen with another bank first three, his second of the opening half. He's 2 of 3 in that regard.
Alabama went about 3 minutes without a field goal, but good to see Amari Allen getting hot from deep.
And he grabs the rebound after the Lane miss from 3, and Bama comes the other way. Holloway back to Allen. He'll drive into the paint. He'll swing it over Millette. Corner 3, bottom. Another bank first 3 for the Tide. That is 4 early for Alabama. Check that, 3 out of 5 for the Tide. Hill left alone for 3. He knocks it down. That's his second make, and we're tied at 11 with 15:30 to go first half. Philon on the drive, cut off on the baseline, needs some help. Pivots again, finds Bediako underneath. Pump fake once, lays it up and in for 2. Charles Bediako's first bucket gives Bama the 2-point lead.
Mentioned the patience of Sherrill. This time it was Charles Bediako, understanding he had a smaller man on him, took his time and finished.
Lane on the drive, finds a man out high in Hill. Bama picks him up in a hurry. Drives to the elbow, kicks it to Rylan Griffin for 3, missed it. Rebound claimed by the Tide and Houston Millette. He'll run it himself into the front court. Over to Amari, another 3. This one's too strong. Rebound tip, Philon to Millette. Couldn't get the layup to go. Got it back though, pivots, had it stripped, dives, but it's controlled by Texas A&M. Bama by 2, Aggies hurry the other way. Griffin in the corner for 3. Looked like old times, but unfortunately he's wearing the wrong color uniform. It's a 3 from Rylan Griffin here at Coleman to give the Aggies the 1-point lead. Allen in the corner, Millette, open 3, that's short. Rebound tipped to himself by Bediako, and Bama gets a reset to 20. Now Philon trying to spin into the lane. Tough cleaner is good, and Bama's on top again, 15-14.
Yeah, what a shot by LeBaron Philon. A tough floater in the lane, well defended by A&M.
Here's Hill the other way. He's got Bediako guarding him. Kicks it over near side to Dominguez. Dominguez works it back to Hill. Another open 3. This one's blocked by Bediako. Batted around and picked up by Bama. Millette to Allen. Amari back to Houston. Steps into a deep 3. Oh, it was halfway down and then some, and then rimmed out. That was disgusting. It wouldn't stay home, and Bama's lead stays at 1.
Alabama getting some good looks against this Texas A&M defense from 3.
And a steal by Philon. 3 on 2. The lob caught by Bediako underneath, and then he gets fouled, or is that a tie-up? I think they'll call a foul on A&M, and it'll be Bama's ball when we come back. 13:31 remains. A track meet, as expected, between Bama and A&M with a 15-4 score. Good guys on top here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Barkley makes it easy.
Get ready
ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barclaygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Tonight's game is presented by Visit Tuscaloosa. Thank you to Visit Tuscaloosa for your support of the Crimson Tide. Bama is up 1 in this little track meet, 15-14, 13-31 to go in the first half. Keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. Download it now for free at the App Store and Google Play. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan, Passink. We are up top. On the Bama bench is our own Roger Hoover.
Thank you so much, Tom. And right now, all the conversation, defense for Alabama, especially going over some of the principles of buckyball and making sure that Alabama defends the perimeter really well and then anticipate when A&M will drive it inside. Because, Bryan, this style, as we've talked about before, a lot of quick three-pointers, but have to be ready to go when the Aggies do try to go quickly to the rim, similar style to Alabama.
Yeah, both teams want to get up and down. A&M does it differently on defense, and so far Alabama has done a nice job handling the pressure of A&M. No turnovers for the Crimson Tide, a major problem on Sunday afternoon in Gainesville. That's been an area of focus coming into this one, and Alabama's done a nice job actually forcing 3 turnovers against the Aggies. Alabama's getting some great looks against the A&M defense, knocking down 3 threes. Alabama here in the early going, 3 for 8 from deep. Amari Allen doing most of that damage.
Just see where the television cameras have recognized the presence of Dwayne Rebold, longtime head coach at Birmingham Southern College, rest its soul. A 2-time NAIA national champion, a guy I had the privilege of working for 8 years, and one of my favorite people around, and a terrific person. Was Bucky's coach at BSC, and also the head coach when Mitch Cole was his assistant, as Charles Bediako hits 1 of 2 at the free throw line for the Crimson Tide, and it's a 16-14 Alabama advantage now over the Aggies. A&M bringing it front court with Josh Holloway. He's a Samford transfer. Working at top of the arc to Pop Isaacs, who goes back to Holloway near side. He'll try a 3, and he'll knock it down. Reitzel was in his area, but Holloway was able to knock it down. Near steal on the inbounds, but Bama controls it. Far side to Phylon. He will drive in, puts up the floater, and got it to go and give Bama the 18-17 lead.
Did a good job of driving hard but under control. Didn't walk and knocks down the floater.
Aggies top of the arc. AG for 3. No good. Rebound tip. Knocked out of bounds by A&M. Going up to try to claim it was Frederico. But you can call him Frederico. He couldn't control it, and possession will stay with the Crimson Tide.
It was Bediako that went up high. Did a good job defensive rebounding.
Ball knocked out of bounds on the press by the Aggies. Ali Deba is the one who knocked it out of bounds, and so it'll stay with the Crimson Tide.
One thing A&M and behind Bucky McMillan does is they run a lot of different guys at you, trying to wear you down on the defensive end.
Here's Phylon bringing it ahead with Holloway defending. Now to Reitzel, back to LeBaron. 12:35 to go in the half. Bama up by 1. LeBaron backing it out to the far wing. Surveying the floor, gives it off to Reitzel. Catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebound tipped out, but controlled by A&M. Front court with it is Isaacs. To Holloway, back to Isaacs. Onto the right wing they go to Deba. He'll get into the lane, he'll miss the runner. Rebound fought for, scramble on the deck. Diving on the floor, trying to get it for Alabama was Bediako, but it's going to be whose basketball? Check that. I said it was Bediako. It was actually, should have known, Houston Millette who was diving after it. Had some bodies between me and the basketball. Thought it was Charles. Instead, it was Houston, and possession on the tie-up belongs to Alabama.
Yeah, great effort by Houston Millette. Got free early for a 3-point shot. He's had a couple open looks since. Hasn't been able to convert, but great effort to get the loose ball, and Alabama gets it back.
London Jemison checks in as Bediako will get a breather. Bama working against the full court press from A&M. Gets it to Reitzel. He'll throw it ahead to Sherrill. Aiden stops, looks, back out to Millette. Open look three. In and out again, no good. And a rebounding foul is going to be called on the Aggies. Good box out there by Sherrill. He was fouled. And that brings us to our second media timeout of the first half. 11:58 remains before intermission. 18-17 now the score in favor of Alabama right here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Coach Oates, great game today.
The team found another gear. They kept grinding, didn't quit, and found a way to deliver another victory.
Like Ford F-Series trucks.
Right. The way you become America's best-selling truck for 48 consecutive years is delivering legendary performance and capability in the big moments, like today.
Thanks, Coach. For great offers on a new Ford truck, see your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Alabama basketball.
Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 through 2024 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
11:58 to go in the first half. Bama still up by 1 over Texas A&M, 18-17. The Alabama Department of Early Childhood Education is a proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Learn more at children.alabama.gov. To the Bama bench and Roger Hoover.
Yeah, once again talking defense, and that was praised this last stretch we had in between media timeouts for only allowing 1 3-pointer after A&M had such a good start to the game from deep. So again, talking over the defensive principles, and right now Nate Oates has the dry erase board, dialing up some exciting things on offense. Brian, I can't tell what it is on the board that he's dialing up, but we know it's going to be fun Nate Oates style basketball coming up next.
It usually is, even though Alabama struggled here as of late. Last few games, Alabama's been a little up and down on both ends of the floor, but still the nation's number 3 most efficient offense in the country. So Alabama has the firepower and now getting a little healthier, especially on the perimeter. And what a nice start for Amari Allen, who's missed a couple of weeks with injury. He was a little rusty against the Florida Gators, and he looks good here tonight on both ends of the floor. Alabama's doing a good job of taking care of the ball. Just 1 turnover against the A&M pressure, and rebounding the ball at a high level as well, out-rebounding the Ags 13-6. Alabama's gotten some open looks from 3, but just 3 for 10. The quality of shot has been high for Alabama. That continues. Hopefully those shots will start to fall.
Alabama, Texas A&M. And a good one so far, 18-17 Bama, 11:58 to play here in this first half. And the Tide will inbound it from the baseline to the left of their own bucket. Reitzel set to trigger it in. Bounce pass goes to Sherrill, who feeds it to Holloway outside. 12 on the shot clock as Aiden works top of the circle. Kicks it over to Reitzel for 3. Bottom.
Alabama continues to get open looks. Latrell Reitzel in rhythm. Nice pass from Holloway.
4 of 11 from bank first, 3-point range. Poked away by Holloway, but back into the hands of an Aggie. Now they get a 3 right side, no good from Isaacs. And another rebound from Aiden Sherrill. That is his 4th. And Bama comes the other way, up by 4, 21-17. Got to hurry, and they do beat the count as A&M pressed even after a missed basket. Here is Alabama with Sherrill to Holloway. Back onto the near corner to Reitzel. Steps to his left, drives into the lane. Gets under the basket, kicks it out. Jemison 3, bottom. Another bank first 3 as Bama starting to heat up. They've now made 5 of 12.
Yeah, one of the reasons why is they're passing the ball very well. Nice job by Latrell Reitzel to get inside the defense, setting up his teammate.
Aggies working inside, and AG is able to lay it in. Bama coming the other way, beating the pressure. Jemison driving down the lane. Tough shot, maneuvering against Rylan Griffin. Able to lay it up and give Bama the 7-point lead again.
Great job at London Jemison attacking pressure, but still under control, and ends up with a lay-in.
Inside, Isaac's layup, no good. Good contest from Millette. Here comes Holloway the other direction. Crosses over, steps back, surveys the floor, backs it up to the A at center court, dribbles to his right, played through contact. Now a whistle and a foul is called on Josh Holloway, the 6'1 junior out of Memphis.
Aiden Holloway, the hesitation move, got by the defender, took the contact, and Nado's talked after the game against the Gators that Alabama is not getting great looks from the three-point line because they're not getting in the lane, causing 2-on-1 situations. They've been able to do that here recently against the Ags and getting open looks.
The lob to Jemison on the inbounds for the flush. Great read. I think it was Holloway who threw the pass, wasn't it? Or was it Phylon?
It was Amari Allen.
I was close.
Sideline out of bounds. What a beautiful pass and finish.
I knew if I kept naming players, I'd eventually get it right. Amari Allen with the great assist. And the dunk from Jemison, and a deflection and a steal by Phylon. Here comes LeBaron the other way. A&M gets back defensively, but LeBaron on the attack. Had it poked away by Griffin. And boy, that is a great offensive player against, as we know, a great defensive player in Rylan Griffin.
And Rylan Griffin has become even better on the defensive end this season. One of the best in the SEC with 2 steals a game. We know what he could do from the three-point line, but has thrived in a similar system than he was in a couple years ago. Loves the fast pace, the freedom on the offensive end, and doing a nice job creating turnovers for the Aggies.
Inbounds pass goes to Allen at the elbow. Amari gives it off to Holloway. Aiden gives it back to Amari. Amari trying to drive, gets into the paint, stops, looks, flips it over to Jemison. London on the drive in the dish. Bediako for 3. It was halfway down and popped out. Rebound picked up by the Aggies and Hill. Wasn't expecting that, partner. The 3 from A&M is off the mark, no good from Hill, and then knocked out of bounds, touched last by the Aggies. I don't remember Charles shooting a 3 in his first.
He got up a few. I don't remember many makes.
Yeah.
But, hey, that's why guys love to play for Nate Oates. The freedom you have on the offensive end.
Unfortunately, Bama throws that one away. It was inbounded by Holloway, trying to get it to Phylon. But with A&M's pressure, Phylon not able to hang on to it, and he deflects the ball out of bounds. And a mistake on the inbounds from Holloway, and that's why Nate Oates is going to get him out and bring Latrell Reitzel in to replace him. (28-19), Alabama with a lead, 9:16 remaining. Here in the opening half from Coleman Coliseum. Tied in the league-leading Aggies of Texas A&M. They work it to Dominguez, who will throw the lob, and throwing it home is Jamie Vincent, another 6'11 player. He's a transfer from Texas. He's an Austin native, now in College Station. 28-21, Phylon for 3. Short off the front iron, and the rebound controlled by Vincent and A&M. Coming the other direction is Lane. Giving it off to Vincent. Vincent a dribble, hand off now to Dominguez. To Hill in the corner. He'll drive it into the lane. He'll step through with the right hand. A beautiful pass in the dunk from Jamie Vincent. He's got 4 quickly, and it's down suddenly to a 5-point game. Bama with the ball, up 5. Here's Phylon trying to spin away from trouble. Gives it to Bediako, right back to LeBaron. LeBaron on the drive, picks it up, gives it over to Allen, now to Reitzel. Latrell fakes the 3, tries to drive, does, into the paint. The kick back to Allen for 3, that's no good. Rebound, foul is going to be called on Texas A&M. Nope, they're going to call a foul on Bediako, trying to work his way around Vincent, who's made quite an impact in just about a minute's worth of playing time.
Yeah, Alabama with some missed opportunities, some turnovers that have led to points for the Aggies. Able to cut what was a 9-point lead and growing for Alabama to 5. These Aggies doing a good job on the backboard the last few possessions. Alabama still with a rebounding lead in this one. 16-9 advantage, but since Vincent's coming in the game, he's been dominant on the glass. Alabama one and done on the offensive end.
Nearing the 8-minute mark of the first half, Alabama up by 5, but the Aggies taking advantage of a 2-minute drought by Alabama offensively. They've scored the last 2 trips down and pulled to within 5. Catch and shoot on the 3, knocking it home, Rylan Griffin. And it's suddenly a 2-point game. This all happened when Bama turned it over in the backcourt, and now the Aggies almost forced another turnover, really contesting Reitzel. It goes out of bounds, and Bama will get a timeout right here. Actually, it's a media timeout, excuse me, at the under 8. 7:46 to be exact. Time remaining. Coleman Coliseum, first half play. Bama leading, but only by 2 over Texas A&M, 28-26 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drop, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
When it comes to land care, you need equipment that's a slam dunk every time. At Tri Green Equipment, we provide the tried and true support you need for your John Deere gear. Just like the Alabama Crimson Tide, we're always ready to assist you in making those game-winning plays. Visit us today and experience the unbeatable support that keeps you in the game. Tri Green Equipment, proud sponsor of Crimson Tide basketball.
Got us a 2-point ball game. Bama is on top of A&M 28-26 early. 7:46 to go in the first half. From jerseys to hats and more fan favorites. Find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Listening in on the Bama bench is Roger Hoover.
Yeah, obviously some good things in that previous stretch defensively, but A&M able to get this run to make it a 2-point ball game in Tuscaloosa. So Coach Adams talking about the defense, telling Crimson Tide to be more alert, more hands up on defense as well, especially contesting these 3-pointers from Texas A&M. So again, more intensity, be more alert. Main messages we're hearing right now, Bryan, in the sideline.
Yeah, and A&M already with 6 made threes in this game. They've had a couple of guys who don't normally make threes knock them down. Hill has made 2, a 21% three-point shooter. But when you play against A&M, you got to defend the 3, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the SEC in terms of volume and percentage. They've gotten hot here on the road. They've been hot for a while in SEC play. One of the reasons they lead the league at this point, a surprise of the SEC. But Alabama, a big opportunity here at home after a disappointing game against Florida. Got to do a better job taking care of the ball than they have the last couple of possessions and defending the 3-point shot.
Inbounds pass from near midcourt, goes backcourt to Allen, and Amari brings it front court to Philon. LeBaron directing traffic from the center court logo. Works to his right, stops, goes to his left, gives it in the paint to Allen, had it batted away, got it back, kicks it over to Holloway. Back to Allen. He'll drive, he'll look, Holloway to Philon. Open 3, that one was partially blocked. Fought for and claimed by A&M. Aggies running into the front court. They kick it onto the right wing. Clements for 3 is good. And A&M with a 10-0 run has taken a 1-point lead over the last 2 minutes. That's how quick their effectiveness takes place as the foul's called in the backcourt of the man who just made the 3, Zach Clements. That'll be the 15th foul on A&M. Bama's been whistled for 1.
Alabama and A&M 1 and 2 in the SEC in 3-point makes per game, around 12 per game. The Aggies already 7 for 15 from deep.
Alabama gets the inbounds pass to Philon. Over to Holloway, now to Sherrill in the corner for 3. No good, and the rebound controlled by Clements on the weak side. Ahead, they work it to Lane. Back. They go to Griffin. Inside, leaner, off the mark, no good from AG, but he was fouled by Aiden Sherrill. Nate Oates didn't agree with a call from Byron Jarrett, and I understand why.
Yeah, that's really good defense by Aiden Sherrill. Stayed vertical, went straight up and down, didn't come down with his arms. That is exactly how Nate Oates teaches it. That's why he's so upset with the men in stripes right now.
And that's the call you get when it's 5-1 in favor of your team. As the first free throw is missed by AG, he's got 5 points. He's now 0 for 1 for the game from the free throw line.
Well, it's not uncommon for A&M to have a bunch of fouls with the way they play, pressing, trapping, a bunch of different guys in and out. They take some chances on the defensive end.
Second free throw miss, rebounded Jemison, ahead to Holloway, drives in, got fouled hard, and goes to the deck, and he's in some pain. He was up high when Rylan Griffin got him. They got tangled up, and the little man goes down hard. He's been battling that left wrist injury, and unfortunately, he seems to be holding that right now. Yeah, that was not a big hit from Rylan. He just got him with the hip, and Aiden's a little guy. It doesn't take a lot of contact for him to get knocked off balance, and that appears to be what happened there.
Yeah, great to see him at the free throw line, and he's dealt with wrist injuries on both wrists. The latest, the left, but even though he misses that first free throw, glad he is still in the game because that was a scary looking fall.
It was. 72% free throw shooter in conference, 83% overall, but he missed the first. Second try upcoming with 6:45 to go in the first half. That one's good, and we're tied at 29, so that ends a 10-0 run for the Aggies, and a scoring drought as well over the last 3.5 minutes for Alabama. Here comes A&M with a basketball, top of the arc, AG. Dribbles to his right, throws a backdoor feed, and the layup good for 2 by Isaacs. He was able to get past Reitzel, who's got the ball now for Bama. Kicks it in the corner, Jemison, 3, bottom. Another bank first 3 for the Tide. They're 6th on 18 attempts in this game. A&M with the ball, though, they're 7 of 15 from 3. They work it to AG, 15 feet away right side. Trying to back his way down, can't. Throws it out near midcourt where it's claimed eventually by Isaacs. Isaacs working off of a screen, gets to the right side, puts up the runner off the glass and in. Basically, AG was running interference and he ran right off his hip, did a nice job getting the leaner to go. Phylon, other end, 3, short, rebound, tip twice into the hands of Phylon again. Over to Holloway. Too strong in the rebound claimed by A&M.
Alabama 1 for their last 8, but getting good looks from 3.
And a deflection by Reitzel. Bama ahead the other way with Holloway. Aiden trying to drive, gets bumped by AG, and that'll be team foul number 6 on the Aggies, and the first personal on AG. And check that, I said the 6th, it's actually the 7th team foul. Even better, as that will send Holloway to the line to shoot 1 plus the bonus.
Alabama just 1 for their last 8. The Aggies 6 of their last 6. Bama's getting good looks, but got to do a better job on the defensive end. The Aggie guards getting inside, converting in the mid-range from 3. I know what the Aggies can do from on the defensive end, but they're playing with a ton of confidence offensively.
At the stripe, Aiden Holloway shooting 1 plus the bonus, and he hits the front end, so he'll get another one here. Bama right now with Jemison, Bediako, Phylon, Millette, and the man at the stripe, Aiden Holloway, is their 5. Couple of bounces and a spin of the basketball for Aiden, and then he hits the second. And let's see, here comes Amari Allen in to replace him. And so Bama with a bigger lineup right now, with Bediako as the lone true big, but 4 pretty big guards out there for the Tide, with Phylon being the smallest.
Yeah, London Jemison at 6'8", the power forward. See if Alabama can get some stops with this bigger lineup.
34-33, Alabama at the moment. Top of the arc with the dribble is Holloway. Goes right, puts up the runner from 12 feet, got it to go. 1 point A&M lead at 35-34 as we near the 5-minute mark. First half action at Coleman. Here is Philon, top of the circle. Fires it inside. Bediako gets hacked, and he'll go to the line to shoot 1 plus the bonus.
Charles did a great job.
No doubt foul by Clements.
Yeah, did a great job of being strong with the ball. And when you play against A&M, they're going to take some chances, physical on the defensive end. Like to get in there, try to rake it away from the big man. Charles did a good job of forcing the foul, and he goes to the line for a 1-and-1.
The rake of the basketball may have been fairly clean. It was that forearm shiver he had tried to apply prior to that I think they got him for, or should have anyway. Change for Bama as Reitzel comes in replacing Jemison, and the Aggies will get Clements out and bring Ali Diba in. Charles can't get the front end of the 1-and-1 to go, and it's cleared by A&M. Aggies come the other way, working it to the top of the arc. It's Isaacs. He'll stop, reverses to Diba near side. Now they give it over to Dominguez. Top of the circle, Vincent picks it up. Shot clock down to 7 as Isaac, or actually, it'll be Holloway throwing the lob to Vincent, and he throws it down. 3-point Aggie lead, Bama the other way. It'll be Allen for the tie. In and out, no good. It's about 3 of those that have popped out for Bama. Here come the Aggies the other direction. They kick it into the corner. Diba, he'll drive and dish right of the circle. A 3 is up, and it is good for the big man. And boy, Jamie Vincent has made an impact since coming off the bench. He's got 9 points in only 3 minutes of action. Bama with it front court, down 6. Driving is Philon into the paint. The runner is up, and it's blocked. That too by Vincent. And here come the Aggies.
Vincent with just his second made 3 of the season was shooting 11% from deep.
Aggies flip it far side to Holloway. He'll circle under the basket, throws it away. Right to Allen. Amari trying to split the defenders. Gives it off into the corner. Reitzel 3. Bottom. 40-37 after the make first 3 from the Tides. Latrell Reitzel Jr. And a near steal by Allen. Knocked out of bounds, they say, by Amari. He's wanting them to review it. They'll check it during the timeout, but he's fortunate, I thought, initially to not be called for the foul, but it will be A&M ball when we come back. Timeout with 3:21 to go in the half. A&M 40, Bama 37 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Tonight's game is presented by Visit Tuscaloosa. Thank you to Visit Tuscaloosa for your support of the Crimson Tide. Bama down 3, 40-37, 3:21 to go in the first half. Stay with us at the half for the Toyota halftime report with first half stats, scores around the SEC, and a quick chat with Coach Nate Oates presented by Cook's Pest Control. The aforementioned chat presented by also Roger Hoover.
And right now the chat in the Crimson Tide huddle is Alabama's got to get stopped. So some good things offensively in that last stretch, but really overshadowed by the fact that Texas A&M at one point had a 7-0 run and just seemingly could not miss during that last stretch. So a very familiar refrain in the Crimson Tide huddle has been getting stops, and especially needed prior going into halftime, trying to make sure this stays a one-possession game or Crimson Tide find a way back in front. But again, the main message over and over and over again, regardless of which assistant coach it has been, Alabama and Bryan has got to get stops.
Yeah, and the reason it seemed like they couldn't miss is because they couldn't miss. They've made 9 out of their last 9. Alabama's got to be much better on the defensive end. Fortunate to just be down 3, considering how well A&M has shot the ball, and Alabama's got to do a better job defensively, forcing more difficult looks.
This is an A&M team that we know loves to play with pace and loves to force you to play out of your comfort zone in terms of tempo. Not really the case for Alabama, but what is different is being challenged in the backcourt at the rate they are. It's every inbounds where there's, and sometimes you'll see that from opposing teams, but maybe not as much as A&M likes to do it.
Yeah, listen, if you would have told me at this point in the game that Alabama's only got 2 turnovers after what they did on Sunday against the Gators, who don't force a ton of turnovers, so Alabama's in great shape.
Yeah.
But as Roger talked about, they're talking about defense because that is the issue. Alabama has not gotten stops. A&M didn't get off to a great start shooting the ball, but already, or right at this point, almost 60% from the field in the first half. 57% on 16 for 28 shooting, 8 for 16, 50% from the three-point line. They've made 9 straight. Alabama's got to be better.
After review, the ruling on the court stands is called. Texas A&M ball. Alabama loses their challenge for the rest of the game and is also charged with a 30-second timeout.
So that was a little bit of a costly timeout. Nate Oates, I think, questioning that from Steven Anderson. He goes, I think I understand the loss of the challenge, but the timeout was already taking place because of a media timeout,
but to get them
you
to
still
challenge,
lose it.
Yeah, that's the rule. But listen, it almost looked like, and we couldn't hear the conversation, but I'm not sure what angle they had on the replay.
Gotcha. That review brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. 40-37, A&M with the ball in the lead. They try a 3 near side, miss it, but they get the weak side rebound and then spin and lay it up easily. Marcus Hill able to get that around Amari Allen, surprisingly. Bama the other way in the left. Catch, shoot 3, bottom. Boy, it'd be good to see Houston get in a rhythm. That was not a spot-up 3. That was kind of in movement.
Yeah, Alabama's done a good job offensively, getting great looks. Finally forced a missed shot, and A&M got it back.
Here come the Aggies knocking down a 3 on the other end, and Nate Oates livid. Charles Bediako not out that time on AG, and that's why we will see Aiden Sherrill come back in on the next dead ball. 45-40. A&M with the lead with 2:28 to go in the first half. Slipping down but keeping the dribble alive was Latrell Reisel, and then the Aggies force a tie-up with him in a seated position. The arrow is going to favor Alabama, I believe.
I think it's going the other way.
Nope, you're right. It is A&M's ball. Excuse me. Everybody had stayed on that end of the floor, and then everybody realized what actually was the case. As Bryan pointed out, the arrow favored the Aggies. Driving it right side was Lane, now left alone top of the arc, and missing the 3, thank goodness, was A&M, and then a foul's going to be called on Texas A&M. Rashawn Agee made a 3 in the face of Charles Bediako, and Nate Oates got him out of the game in a hurry, put Aiden Sherrill in for him, and then he got an even more open look the next time. Thankfully for the Tide and for Sherrill, that one was missed.
Yeah, Alabama got a stop for the first time in about a month, it seems like. The Aggies were 11 for their last 12, and the one missed was an offensive rebound putback.
Free throw up and good by Aiden Sherrill. The front end of a 1-and-1 means we'll have another one. That's 9 team fouls on A&M. Only 2 have been whistled on Alabama this half. Philon will check in, replacing Millette. As the second free throw's upcoming. That one's no good off the back iron, and the rebound controlled by A&M. Holloway is 4 of 6 now from the stripe. Bama just 7 of 11 so far in the game, including a front end of a 1-and-1 that was missed earlier by Bediako. Aggies with it, driving into the paint. They'll slip and then flip it out to Griffin. Back into the low post they go to Agee. Agee spinning to his right. Jump hook blocked by Sherrill, and Aiden will save it, giving it to Reitzel. Front court now is Holloway. Holloway to Sherrill for 3. That one is no good. Rebound saved, though, by Allen, but controlled by A&M. They hurry the other way with Lane for 3. It pops out, and Sherrill claims another rebound for the Crimson Tide. Aiden will bring it ahead, being hounded by Griffin. Picks it up, pivots, needs help, had it knocked away, out of bounds. Touch last by the Aggies. Boy, Sherrill with 6 rebounds and 2 blocks in the game. He does have just 2 points on a couple of made free throws, but doing a nice job on the glass and protecting the rim, at least from a numbers standpoint. Bama beats the count, getting it into Philon. To Sherrill, to Philon again. LeBaron over to Holloway. Holloway trying to get free from a defender. Gives it inside to Sherrill, whose jersey was pulled, I believe, by Marcus Hill. That was a no-doubter. 2 shots upcoming, as that is the 10th on A&M.
A nice job by Aiden Sherrill in this possession. Did a really good job. Matched up against Rylan Griffin, who was hounding him, trying to get a steal. Rylan, one of the best in the SEC, creating turnovers. Aiden did a nice job taking care of the ball. High pick and roll, goes hard to the basket. Nice pass from Holloway. Gets to the line for 2.
First free throw good from Aiden Sherrill. Aggies will make a change. They will get Rashawn Agee out, and they'll bring in Jamie Vinson, who was so effective in his 4 minutes of work earlier, as Sherrill hits them both and pulls Bama back to within a bucket. 45-43 with under a minute's play in the half. 55 seconds and ticking, to be exact. Front court with it is Lane, being hounded by Holloway. Vinson with it now, top of the circle, fires the pass inside. They'll hand it off to Griffin. His layup won't go, but he is fouled by LeBaron Philon. And LeBaron's slow to get up. I think they may have banged knees, and he is, or a knee to the thigh, and he is in some pain on the baseline.
That is not a good sign, and hopefully he's okay. You know, sometimes when it's knee to knee, which you'd almost prefer, now from a pain standpoint,
yeah,
that is extremely painful, but knee to the thigh is what kept Amari Allen out for a couple of weeks, so don't know the severity of it. It's good to see LeBaron Philon walking off. He'll go to the Alabama bench.
Flexing that left leg, which already has a wrap on it. That may be for appearance as much as anything else. A lot of the players have the full leg wrap only on one leg. Kind of a tight look as Rylan Griffin's first free throw is off the mark. Second attempt upcoming, and that one's good. So 43 seconds to go. First half action, 46-43 A&M. Allen for the tie, pops out, no good. Rebounded Griffin, and here comes A&M running the other way with Isaacs. Lost it in the paint, taken away by Sherrill to Allen, and now Bama will hold it for the final shot.
I think that's one of the reasons Amari Allen took that 3 so quick, is trying to go 2 for 1, and apparently looks like it's worked out.
Final 15 seconds as Holloway dribbles near the center court Script A logo. Now brings it to the timeline near side, near the Aggie bench. 6 seconds, 5. He'll try a deep 3, no good. Tip to Millette, to Reitzel for 3, and what a way to end the half. Another bank first 3. Millette, the deflection to Reitzel, and Bama ends the half on a high, tied at 46. Here's Nate with Roger.
Coach, your thoughts on the first half?
Defense got to get way better. We're giving up too many uncontested shots. I mean, they're not typically their shooters, but we can't just leave them uncontested. So big play at the end with Houston's offensive rebound tap out, but we got to take that momentum and go. But we got to play a lot better defense the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Roger. And thank you, Cook's Pest Control. They bring us Coach Nate Oates at the half. Give Pest the full court press, and call Cooks today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. At the break, deadlocked at 46, Alabama and Texas A&M. The track meet we expected right here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
At Red Diamond, we take a lot of things lightly. Dog on the couch? Sure, that's fine. Wearing socks or sandals? Why not? But sweet tea? Around here, sweet tea is a way of life. One of the unspoken rules. Just 3 simple ingredients: tea, water, and sugar, and that's it. Always refreshing. Always Red Diamond. Find us in your local refrigerated section. Red Diamond Sweet Tea. The perfect sip does exist.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello, Tide fans. This is Chris Stewart for Conecuh Sausage. Conecuh's an Alabama fan favorite we all know and love. It's made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition, and the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through March 2nd, 2026. 0 down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 financed. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
At Alabama, you know what it takes to be the best. You don't win it all year after year by being a copycat. You do it by setting the standard, by being the original. And that's exactly what Guthrie's is, the original. The original chicken finger restaurant that started a Golden Fried dynasty. So keep the Golden Fried game day tradition alive with a gut box loaded with chicken fingers and that signature sauce. It's a winning combination every single time. Guthrie's, the original chicken finger restaurant.
Crimson Tide Basketball is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Barkley Buick GMC, where Barkley makes it easy. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit RollTide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. The Soup Store, the best place in town to get all your Alabama gear. And by Cook's Pest Control. Give Pest the full court press and call Cooks today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Halftime at Coleman Coliseum. It's Alabama and Texas A&M all tied at 46. Roger Hoover, glad to welcome you to the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore SEToyota.com today and take advantage of the deals on our full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Again, the Crimson Tide locked in a 46-46 deadlock with Texas A&M. A three-pointer by Latrell Wrightsell Jr. tying things up right at the buzzer to close out the first half. Individual scores for the Crimson Tide. London Jemison only played 6 minutes in the first half, but he leads the way with 10 points, followed by 9 points by Latrell Wrightsell Jr. Everyone that's played has scored for Alabama, including Houston Millett and Amari Allen, both with 6 points, 4 points each by Aiden Sherrill and LeBaron Philon Jr. and Aiden Holloway, 3 points by Charles Bediaco. Meanwhile, Marcus Hill leads the way for Texas A&M with 10 points at the break. Once again, our score, it's Alabama and Texas A&M all tied at 46 at halftime. Back with more of the Toyota Halftime Report next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live booth and courtside cams, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus replays of Crimson Tide Rewind. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes, coaches, and media members that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Crimson Tide.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Alabama Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 68 years. The South's go-to potato chips, Golden Flake Snacks, are delicious fan favorites because they are crafted from traditional Southern recipes. Whether it's the tangy punch of sweet heat potato chips or the fiery bite of Louisiana hot pork rinds, Golden Flake are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Did you know that at Chevron, you can fuel up on unbeatable mileage and savings? With Chevron Rewards, you'll get 25 cents off per gallon on your next 5 visits. All you have to do is download the Chevron app and join to start saving on fuel. Then you can keep fueling up on other things like adventure, memories, vacations, daycations, quality time, and so many other possibilities. Head to your nearest Chevron station to fuel up and get rewarded today. Terms apply. See ChevronTexcoRewards.com for more details.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Halftime in Tuscaloosa, Alabama and Texas A&M all tied at 46. Time for a scoreboard update. It's presented by Alabama Power. When you cheer, we cheer. Alabama Power, a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is the only active game currently in the SEC, and it's only a 2-game night coming up later tonight at 8 p.m. Central. It'll be the Oklahoma Sooners, 1-8 in the SEC, taking on the 6-3 Kentucky Wildcats. That game tipping off at Rupp Arena again at 8 p.m. Central. Our score here in Tuscaloosa at halftime, Alabama and Texas A&M tied at 46. Before we go any further here on the Toyota Halftime Report, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. That's 10 seconds for a station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Once again, our score at the break, Alabama 46, Texas A&M 46. We'll be back with the final segment of the Toyota Halftime Report next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Coach Oates, great game today.
The team found another gear. They kept grinding, didn't quit, and found a way to deliver another victory.
Like Ford F-Series trucks.
Right. The way you become America's best-selling truck for 48 consecutive years is delivering legendary performance and capability in the big moments like today.
Thanks, Coach. For great offers on a new Ford truck, see your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of Alabama basketball.
Roll Tide.
Based on 1977 through 2024 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 68 years. The South's go-to potato chips, Golden Flake Snacks, are delicious fan favorites because they are crafted from traditional Southern recipes. Whether it's the tangy punch of sweet-heat potato chips or the fiery bite of Louisiana hot pork rinds, Golden Flake are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Being a Chevron car these days has been quite the adventure. Miami to Seattle, ocean to ocean. I've stopped at so many states and collected so many bumper stickers. Sometimes I feel like a moving passport book. It's just so great what I can do with Chevron with Techron, because it gives me unbeatable mileage and keeps my engine clean. Plus, there are so many Chevrons along the way. Now the only thing I'm worried about is where to go next and where to put all my new bumper stickers. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
6 seconds, 5. He'll try a deep three. No good. Tip to Millette, to Reitzel for 3. And what a way to end the half. Another bank first 3. Millette, the deflection to Reitzel, and Bama ends the half on a high. Tied at 46. Here's Nate with Roger.
You heard the man, Bama and A&M tied at 46 at the half. Halftime stat shooting percentage, Bama 39% overall, 32 from bank first 3 land, 9 of 13 for the foul line for A&M, 53% overall, 45 outside the arc, 1 of 4 from the stripe. Team rebounding, Bama leads it, 22-19. Turnovers, Bama with 3, Aggies with 5. Again at the half, Bama and A&M tied at 46. That does it for the Toy on the Halftime Report. Second half's coming right up. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barclaygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Basketball at Alabama means one thing: time to dunk. And we're not just talking about on the court. At Fusakli's, we're dunking our hand-battered chicken fingers straight into our house-made sauces and washing it down with our fresh squeezed lemonade. Whether you're heading to Coleman Coliseum or watching from home, make Fusakli's your pregame stop. Hot, fresh, and made to order, just the way Tide fans like it. Fusakli's, proud partner of the Crimson Tide.
1225 is your ultimate game day destination. Catch the game on one of their 35 big-screen high-def TVs, combined with an extensive menu of mouth-watering food and refreshing drinks. Juicy burgers, crispy wings, craft beers, signature cocktails. 1225, where the energy is high, the screens are massive, and the excitement is contagious. Visit 1225 on the Strip in Tuscaloosa, less than 2 blocks from Bryan Denny Stadium. 1225 Sports Bar, where sports, food, and fun collide.
Looking to make a statement? Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is more than fast and more than signs.
With our incredible range of signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement with Fast Signs. Stop in today or visit fastsigns.com. A proud partner of Alabama Athletics. Let's create something amazing together.
This has been the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore Toyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. The second half is just moments away. Roll Tide.
Bama and Texas A&M tied at 46. Coleman, Coliseum, Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan Passink, Roger Hoover with you. Let's look for the second half. It's presented by Citgo. Bold past, bright future. BP, we need a bright future. Next 20, what are you thinking?
Yeah, got to get off to a good start. Alabama's had some problems getting off to a good second half start. Need to change that here tonight. And A&M doing a good job offensively, getting good looks, knocking them down. Alabama's got to be much better on the offense or on the defensive end. There was a stretch where A&M went 11 for 12, and the one miss was an offensive rebound putback. Alabama fortunate to be tied with the Aggies as well as they played and shot. As poorly as Alabama defended, good news is Alabama made some shots of their own from the three-point line. Two of the best three-point shooting teams in the SEC in terms of makes. Both make about 12 a game, and way ahead of that, both 9 made threes in the first half. Alabama 9 for 27. The Aggies 9 for 20. But Alabama's got to do a good job defensively. They did a pretty good job taking care of the ball against the Aggie pressure. Got to continue that in the second half and put some stops together.
Brian, you probably talked about this during the half as I stepped away, but only 8 guys seeing action in the first half for Alabama. That's a smaller number than usual. Everybody who's seen the floor has scored, so you've had balanced attack, and Nate Oates kind of tightening up that roster a little bit, or that lineup, I should say.
Yeah, and at least offensively looked good, but got to put some stops together, whether you play 8 or 10 here in the second half.
Bama gets the ball first to begin the second half. They work it inside. Alan Amari lays it in on a nice pass from Aiden Sherrill, the big man throwing it into Allen, who laid it up to give Bama the lead again, 48-46. A&M loses it out of bounds, but Latrell Reitzel touched it last. The deflection there will give it back to the Aggies.
Maury Allen with a nice first half, had 6, added to that with 8 after the beautiful pass from Sherrill.
Aggies with the basketball, working it into the paint, now throwing it outside. They'll go to Agee, and then feeding it off to Dominguez, who will go back to Agee for the layup, but couldn't get it to go. He, however, was fouled, and that will be the first team foul on Alabama here in this half. Don't be surprised if the whistle doesn't go our way for the first few minutes of the second, considering at the half, the fouls were 10-2 in favor of Alabama, actually 10-3 officially.
It looked like a pretty good defensive play by Aiden Sherrill, who went up, didn't get the block shot. A little bit of contact, but it sends the Aggies to the line.
First free throw missed by Rashawn Agee, the transfer from USC, who hits 1 of 2. Ooh. And Alabama has a 1-point edge, 48-47. Tide hurries the other way. Reitzel, 3, too strong off the back iron. Rebound claimed by Jakari Lane, and A&M comes the other direction to Agee, who will dribble it out to the wing, gives it off top of the arc to Dominguez, who will feed it back to Agee in the paint. That's another foul on the Crimson Tide. Lee Cassell with the whistle there, as they call it on Aiden Sherrill, and that on Aiden will be his third.
Is that who they got on the foul? Looked to be on Amari Allen, who swiped at it. Did they? And are they going to call that? Wow, they're calling it a shooting foul. Thought that one was on the floor. A couple of
they butchered that a couple of different ways, didn't they?
Yeah, that was clearly Amari Allen on the foul, and should not have been shooting 2. But it'll be the Aggies back at the line.
they changed it. I mean, Lee gave up 2 fingers on both hands, which would have indicated 22, but he just came back over and changed it to number 5. So Amari Allen is guilty of that one. Here comes Bama, though, down 1 after a couple of made free throws. 49-48. Sherrill in the corner for 3. No good. And the rebound controlled weak side by A&M and Marcus Hill. They'll run the other way, getting it to Griffin in the paint, hands it off to Agee, who lays it up and in for 2 more. And Agee starting to be a major impact on the inside, drawing a couple of fouls and getting a field goal there. 51-48 A&M. Here's Reitzel on the drive, puts it up with contact and got it to go. Nate Oates wanted an and 1 from Lee Cassell, didn't get the whistle, but it's a 1-point A&M lead. Driving, dishing, Hill in the corner for 3, short on the attempt. Rebound grab by A&M, and laying it in for 2 is Jakari Lane, and we've got a whistle and a warning, I think, on the A&M bench for something. I'm not really sure what.
Going back to the offensive end, beautiful move by Latrell Reitzel. Got past the defender, took the contact. Nate Oates asking for the 3-point play opportunity, but Latrell able to finish through that contact.
So now they've got some kind of discussion going on the inbounds play. I think not pleased with the aggressiveness from the Aggies as Amari Allen's literally being held by Marcus Hill, and there was no whistle, and now they do call one on A&M. And Marcus Hill better be careful. He may get teed up on top of being called for the foul. Hill, the NC State transfer, just picked up his 3rd. Amari Allen's a freshman, but he is a veteran in many ways. As checking out will be Hill with the 3 fouls. And the Aggies will get Pop Isaacs in to replace him. Bama basketball down 53-50 with 18:09 to go. Allen on the drive, gets in the lane, kicks it in the corner. Phylon, 3, bottom. And we're tied again at 50 after another bank first 3 from the Crimson Tide.
Great to see LeBaron Phylon get going early in the second half. Struggled the first 20 minutes, only 4 points at halftime.
We had a really entertaining first half between these two sides. And now the whistles are starting to pick up. 3 on Alabama, 1 on Texas A&M. A&M basketball, working it near side is Lane. Drives it into the paint. They give it to Agee, blocked on a great play by Sherrill. Now right wing to Reitzel to Allen, who drives it to the top of the arc, hesitates. Now gets into the paint against Agee. Kicks it out to Reitzel. Back to Allen, right wing for 3. That one's short, and it's caught underneath by Dominguez. An air ball from Amari Allen as A&M runs the other way. They flip it out to Isaacs, who has it on the wing. He'll try an off-balance 3, and it's a brick. Here comes Bama the other way. Reitzel stopping on the wing for 3. That's too strong. Rebound tipped in the air by Millett, and that's going to be on Houston. Foul on Houston Millett. That'll be his 2nd personal. And 14 fouls on Alabama this half.
A little bit of contact there. Houston Millett made a huge play to end the first half. After the missed 3 with a couple of seconds to play, tipped it out to an open teammate. Emma knocks down the 3. Going into halftime, a little momentum. Tried to make a similar type play right there, but gets called for the foul.
53-53 is our score. Alabama with Bediako now, Reitzel, Millett, Phylon, and Allen. Aggies with another foul called on the Crimson Tide. I think that'll be on Millett once again. That's 3 now on Houston. basketball. Tie game at 53. Aggies with Deba. Deba's pass deflected by Allen, picked up Bediako. Now Amari will bring it into the front court for the Crimson Tide. Allen driving left side, playing through contact, lays it up, got it to go. Nate Oates livid with Steven Anderson this time. There was no call.
That's a strong move by Amari Allen. Got inside, took the contact, and able to finish with the left hand.
Allen nearly took it away from Vincent, but now it'll be another foul called on Amari Allen. That's pretty bad. 6-1 now on the Tide.
And Nadeau's not happy with the call, and there was contact, but Vincent pushed Amari Allen into Dominguez.
Absolutely did.
And amazing how differently the second half is being called compared to the first half.
Doesn't take much to trick this trio.
And that's frustrating for both teams, both coaches.
In the paint, shooting the leaner and missing it is Holloway, and the rebound's claimed by Bama. 55-53, tied with the lead. Driving is Amari Allen, and you can tell from the reaction that we got the whistle that time. I don't know if it'll be an and one or not.
That should be. With the new rule, that should be an and one. He was going into a shooting motion, clearly going into a shooting motion.
They may. Nope, they're going to call it on the floor.
He didn't put it down.
Here comes London Jemison and Amari Allen getting a much-deserved breather. About 8 seconds before we are eligible for the under-16 media timeout. Phylon to inbound it. Looking, gets it into Reitzel, left corner. He'll bring it to the wing. He'll bring it out high to Holloway. Aiden trying to get free. Goes to his right, flips it over to Reitzel. Catch and shoot, 3. In and out, no good. Almost went back in, but now here comes A&M running the other way. Deba on the drive, lays it up, couldn't get it to go. Rebound tipped into the hands of Griffin. Outside, they go to Isaacs, and he knocks home the 3. Aggies go back up 1, 56-53, A&M with the advantage. Here's Holloway trying to work away from a double team. To Reitzel, into the corner to Jemison. London working against the defender Deba. Hands it over to Holloway. Aiden to his right, working against Griffin. Aiden downhill, off the window and in. That's a great move around Rylan Griffin.
Hear about no-look passes. That was a no-look shot as he was able to flip it up with the right hand off the glass over Rylan Griffin.
Vincent, far wing, another 3 attempt. This one rims out, and here comes Bama the other way. Up by 1, 57-56. Aiden Holloway works to the top of the arc with Vincent defending him. Bama looks. Bediako was wide open, and we didn't get it to him. Now it'll be Holloway out high. Holloway to his right. Looks down low. Jemison clearly held by the jersey, and that will bring us to another media timeout as another foul is called on Texas A&M. 14:53 remains in this one. 57-56, Alabama, the slimmest of advantages when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Baumhauer's Victory Grill has always been proud to serve fresh-only ingredients in their recipes. Some of the key ingredients to these recipes are legendary sauces. Baumhauer's is excited to announce that these famous sauces are now available in grocery stores throughout Alabama. So, the next time you shop in your favorite grocery store, ask for Baumhauer's legendary sauces. If they do not carry them, just ask the manager to request them in their store. Baumhauer's is saucing up Alabama with their legendary sauces now in grocery stores.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tonight's game is presented by Visit Tuscaloosa. Thank you to Visit Tuscaloosa for your support of the Crimson Tide. Bama's up 1, 57-56 over Texas A&M, 14:53 to go in the ball game. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combination. Fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan Passink. We are up top. Down below with, I think, only 2 fouls is Roger Hoover.
Yeah, fouls being talked about right now in the Crimson Tide huddle. Obviously, in the first half, kept saying get stops. Now, with the caveat, get stops without fouling is going to be really important for the Crimson Tide. And also good to see Charles Bediako really individualized and pointed out by Coach Adams, saying he has done a great job on the defensive end of the floor. But, Bryan, the whole message is, yes, get stops like we talked about in the first half, but get stops without fouling.
Yeah, you got to adjust to the officiating. It's been very different here in the second half. And that can be frustrating as a player, as a coach, but you have to adjust to it. And the officials have decided they're going to call this second half tighter for some reason. So got to do a good job of defending without fouling. Alabama didn't do a great job defensively in the first half. The Aggies shot over 50%. The first 20 minutes of the game was around 60% for a lot of the first half, but fortunately Alabama was able to knock down some shots. They've knocked down some shots around the basket here in the second half, but just 1 for 6 from deep since halftime, but already 10 made threes for the Tide.
Alabama gets the inbounds. Bediako driving the lane, laid it up. It wouldn't go, but he got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. That very easily could have been a turnover if it wasn't for the strong hands and aggressiveness of Charles Bediako. Went and got the pass. Could have been picked off by Pop Isaacs, but able to grab it, attack the basket, take the contact, and get to the line for 2. So Bediako shooting a pair, and the first one is up and good. Here comes the second try from Charles. And that one hits off the back iron, rolls off no good, but deflected out of bounds. Touch last, the officials say, by Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama lost its ability to challenge.
Yeah, that's right. They lost their challenge in the first half. So the Aggies have it now with Lane driving in the paint, throws it back out high, top of the circle. 3 is up, and it is good. That is Zach Clements knocking it home, and it's a 1-point A&M lead. What a ball game we've got here at Coleman Coliseum between Texas A&M and the Crimson Tide. Working to the right side is Holloway. Back up top, Phylon for 3. In and out, no good. Another one that rattled out, and a holding foul, I believe, is going to be whistled on, is it A&M? I guess so. If so, it's on Jakari Lane.
Alabama just 1 for 7 from 3 since halftime. That one make, LeBaron Phylon, his first made 3 of the game. Got off to a slow start offensively in the first half.
Inbounds goes to Amari Allen, driving down the lane, had it knocked away, tried to get it back, had it knocked away again, tries to get it back, and a tie-up now. And oh man, that was a stupid move by the A&M player, standing right over Amari Allen. Zach Clements may be 6'11" and a graduate transfer, but standing over Amari Allen ain't a real bright move on his part. And they called the tie-up, and the possession arrow does favor the Aggies. A&M with a basketball and a 1-point lead, 59-58. Lane giving it off to Isaacs. Now top of the key. They'll work it again to Agee. Back to Isaacs on a backdoor cut. He missed it, and Bama will come the other way. Tide's got numbers. Here's Allen driving in the lane. Kicks it in the corner. Holloway, 3, bottom. Another bank first 3 for the Tides. Aiden Holloway, and Bama leads it by 2.
It was a 5-on-4 because Pop Isaacs hit the deck. Alabama able to take advantage, ends up with a wide-open 3.
Lane drives and dishes to Agee. Now to Isaacs, who gets into the paint, puts it up, no good. Rebounded Allen. Here comes Bama trying to run the other way. Allen will get it front court with Griffin guarding him. Jemison, corner three. That one's no good. It was dead on, but a little bit short. And the Aggies down 2 now to Alabama, have it front court. Clements to Isaacs. Isaacs on the drive. The kick to the top of the arc. Agee for 3. Brick. Rebound fought for and claimed by A&M, and a foul's going to be called on Amari Allen as he was trying to wrestle that one away from Rylan Griffin.
Go back to the offensive end. A wide open look from London Jemison. His first miss of the game was 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Both of those makes in the first half. 10 points off the bench for Alabama. Alabama's freshman playing well here tonight.
Allen has to check out with 3 fouls. 12:57 remaining in the ball game. 61-59 is the score. And Rylan Griffin at the stripe, shooting 1 plus the bonus, and he hits the front end.
A&M never reached the bonus in the first half, already there with 13 minutes to play.
Second free throw upcoming for Griffin. And he knocks it home. And we are tied at 61 all. Bama basketball with 12:55 and moving. Here comes Philon front court. Working against Isaacs. Goes to his right off the screen from Bediako. Goes into the lane, lost the handle, got it back, somehow saved it to Millette. Houston to his right, 3, bottom. Oh, that's a nice job of getting under control by Houston Millette after Philon had to fight to maintain possession.
Alabama's so fortunate right there. Could have very easily been a turnover by LeBaron.
Aggies the other way, drawing a foul on Alabama that may be on Holloway. Let's see. It is going to be on Aiden. That will be his first personal. Heck of a game from Houston Millette. He is 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. That's where all 9 of his points have come. But he's also got 5 rebounds in this one. And an assist. Unfortunately, he's got 3 fouls also. Free throw up and good from Jakari Lane, the Huntsville native, transfer from University of North Alabama, where he played for former Alabama assistant Tony Pujol.
And Houston Millette, all 3 of those fouls coming after halftime.
Free throws up and good from Lane. And it's 64-63, Alabama up by 1. So Tony Pujol, you may remember, was an assistant under Anthony Grant here at Alabama. Done a really good job at UNA. Bama the other way, Millette, another 3. Missed it this time. Rebound, tipped out, Bediako to Holloway. That one wouldn't go, and a rebounding foul is going to be whistled on the Crimson Tide. Boy, he had 2 looks as good as we'll get. And then, unfortunately, a rebounding foul is whistled on Charles, and on Bediako, that's going to be his second. And we'll go to the other end and shoot more free throws for Texas A&M. That is 10 team fouls on the Crimson Tide. Nope, check it, the 9th, I'm sorry. They call a T on Alabama.
On the Alabama coach, Alabama's 10th team foul.
Nate was called for a T by Lee Cassell. Sensitive group down there.
There are times over the course of Nato's career where he gets a technical and doesn't like it, but
here's the garbage part of that. Nate said whatever he said. He turned and walked away, and then Lee teed him up. That's garbage. If he's in your face and still going, that's one thing. He had literally walked away, and then Lee got his feelings hurt and called the tee. Cassell hits the first and now the second technical free throw as well. So bad.
Actually, Rylan shot him. Not the official.
My bad. Say he gave him the free throws.
That's right.
and
you're giving credit where it was deserved.
Not bad. Not bad. Lee will give you the assist, not credit for the points. Oh, 65-64 A&M with 12-13 to go, and now we'll have the front end of a 1-and-1 up and good by Holloway. Trying to do Lee's job. I didn't do mine very well. My apologies. Second try upcoming. And that one's good as well from Holloway. Bama will inbound against full court pressure. They get it into Holloway. Being defended by Griffin in the back court. Holloway gets it front court with Bama down 3, 67-64. A game that has really gone back and forth all night long. Here's Philon driving right, kicking it back left to Millett. Back over to Philon. One more to Reitzel. He'll get into the lane, kicks it over to Millett. Goes now to Holloway, 5 to shoot. Holloway over to Reitzel, fakes a 3, now launches it from no good, and the rebound controlled by A&M.
Alabama had a couple of open looks, didn't take them, tried to make the extra pass, and ended up with a difficult one.
They'll drive and dish. Corner 3 good by Deba, and A&M is up by 6, 70-64 with 11:23 to go. We're due the media timeout on the next dead ball. Here's Philon on the drive, spinning, kicking. Millett now for 3. Bottom. Houston with a dozen in this game. Another bank first three-pointer for Alabama. The Crimson Tide has made 13 out of their 41 for 32%, and a timeout called by Texas A&M, and it becomes a media break as well. 11:04 to go in this ball game. 70-67, Texas A&M with a lead on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
Don't let pests invade your home this season. Give them the full court press by calling Cook's Pest Control. The experts at Cook's deliver a full lineup of pest control, from termites to mosquitoes, all year long. Trust the South's most trusted name in pest control for over 90 years to protect your home court. Make the winning play and call Cook's today.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cook's Pest Control.
Texas A&M 70, Bama 67, 11:04 to go in the ball game. When you want the best steak in Alabama, go to Big Mike's Steakhouse. Visit online at BigMikeSteakhouse.com for a location near you. You're always close to a Big Mike's. No stranger to a big steak, our own Roger Hoover.
Yeah, and right now in the Crimson Tide huddle, once again, the main message is defend without fouling. That's been talked about over and over again from Coach Adams, and then Coach Oates starting to detail what Alabama needs to do as he starts to talk more offensively what's coming up for the Crimson Tide. As Bryan, we continue to see this up and down pace between buckyball and Nate Oates style basketball. Makes it for entertaining as long as there aren't as many whistles we've seen in the second half.
Yeah, I think the fans must have been too entertained. The first 20 minutes, the officials went into halftime, said, let's slow this thing down and call a bunch of fouls in the second half, and that's what they've done. And it's been different, and the Alabama coaches trying to adjust to it, and the players need to, because A&M is now living at the line and converting. They've made 11 out of 12, and in the double bonus the rest of the way. Alabama was unable to get stops through a portion of the first half, and here in the second, it hasn't been field goals that have hurt Alabama. It's been free throws, and going down the rest of the way, every time the whistle blows against Alabama, it's going to be 2 free throws for the Aggies, and they're a good free throw shooting team.
A&M basketball after the timeout, as Tide has Millett, Philon, Holloway, Bediako and Reitzel as it's 5 on the floor. Lane has it for A&M. Working front court to our right. Lane feeds it near wing. Dominguez now into the low post. They'll give it off to Hill. Hill working against Bediako. Trying to dribble around the Bama big man. Stops, looks, hands it off. Lane lays it up, couldn't get it to go, but he got fouled. Rashawn Agee, I said Lane, excuse me. Rashawn Agee is the man who had it, drew the foul, and now is the under 12 media timeout. The previous was a called timeout, the first one of the half, so that's a media timeout then and one right here, as unfortunately Alabama and I think Charles Bediako it was Millett, actually, excuse me, Houston Millett that was just called for his 4th foul. So timeout on the floor with 10:45 to go, 70-67. A&M with the lead here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
At Red Diamond, we take a lot of things lightly. Dog on the couch? Sure, that's fine. Wearing socks or sandals? Why not? But sweet tea? Around here, sweet tea is a way of life. One of the unspoken rules. Just 3 simple ingredients: tea, water, and sugar, and that's it. Always refreshing. Always Red Diamond. Find us in your local refrigerated section. Red Diamond Sweet Tea. The perfect sip does exist.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tide pride. When I'm carrying the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Bama gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Roll Tide from the cashier too. Visit regions.com/GoBama to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Deja vu all over again. 10:45 now to go in the ball game. A&M still up 70-67. Bama fans, be sure and catch Hey Coach in the Nate Oates Show. Presented by Alpha Insurance, live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. Monday nights, 6 to 7 p.m. on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Back down to the Bama Huddle and Roger Hoover.
Yeah, the main message is communicating more offensively for the Crimson Tide. That was a main message that was hammered into them over and over again by Nate Oates. And this has been a really physical basketball game as well. Pretty much every Theragun, every heating pad, back pad, everything you could find for Clark Holzer. He is trying to keep his players loose and feel healthy as this physical war continues.
Well, he's had his work cut out for him all year long. This has been a banged-up Alabama team and banged up here tonight. Good to see LeBaron Philon come back after halftime. We weren't sure. He took what we thought was either a knee to knee, knee to thigh, kind of limped into the Alabama locker room at halftime, but thankfully he's out there. Looks good. He's knocked down a 3. Need more of those here the second half and need some stops here the last 10:45 of this one.
AG hit the first free throw and rattles in the second one. He's got 15 points now for the ball game, and Alabama trails it by 5. Crucial stretch right here with 10:37 to go. To the elbow, and Sherrell pivots, facing the basket, dribbles to his left. AG guarding him, trying to reach in and knock it away. Can't. They'll hand it off to Reitzel. Latrell driving, dishing. Holloway, right side 3. Too strong. Rebound claimed by Sherrell, and a foul's going to be called on AG on the floor. AG fouled about 4 guys that possession, and they called the last one.
Yeah, and that's not one that you necessarily wanted. Probably the right call, but Aiden Sherrell did a good job getting on the offensive glass. He was going back to score, was at point-blank range, but instead, Bama will have to inbound the ball.
Inbounds pass goes to Jemison. London at the elbow looks and gives it off to Holloway. Aiden trying to shake free, gets into the paint, puts up a tough runner that wouldn't go. Rebounded his own miss. Runs out to the near corner. Now to Jemison, left side 3, no good. And the rebound claimed by A&M. Here comes Lane front court with it for the Aggies. They lead by 5 with 9:54 to go. Lane giving it off to Dominguez. A bounce pass to AG driving in. Leaner no good. Rebounded Jemison. Getting hacked, no whistle. Here comes Bama running the other way. It's Holloway to the top of the arc. Holloway down the lane. Scoop shot. It hangs on the rim and falls. 3-point game, 72-69.
What a beautiful move by Aiden Holloway. Went inside and the soft touch and gets the roll.
Here come the Aggies with Lane, top of the circle. Lane to the elbow, working down the right side. Picks it up, kicks it back out now to Hill. Hill against Holloway. Hill in the lane, jump stop, runs, and that should have been a walk. Instead, they're going to call a and one opportunity as they whistle the foul on Aiden Holloway.
That was a nice move by Hill. Aiden Holloway giving ground and came down on the shooter as he was going into his motion. Alabama's got to figure out a way to put some stops together. Haven't been able to with consistency in this game against the Aggies.
Hill trying to make it a 6-point lead. And the lefty can't do it. Rebound claimed by Jemison for Alabama. London bringing it ahead against Deba, gets knocked to the deck. And let me clarify, and a foul was called on Texas A&M. 9:09 to go. 74-69. Alabama will go to the free throw line as that is now the 7th on the Aggies. And a 1-and-1 upcoming for the Tide and freshman London Jemison. 10 points in this game for him in 4 rebounds in 11 minutes. Good work for the first-year player out of Bloomfield, Connecticut. Misses the 1-and-1. Rebound tip, knocked out of bounds, touch last by A&M. So it'll be Bama basketball.
Alabama fortunate right there. Missed the front end. London Jemison played really well, shot it well in the first half, taking some quick threes. A little long on that free throw. Aiden Sherrill and company battling for it, and Alabama gets it back.
Phylon looking to trigger it in. Got to hurry. Beats the count. Getting it to Sherrill. Had it knocked away, but got fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Well, got hacked by Griffin, but he had no choice.
Yeah, it's a good thing you get 5 seconds and not 4.5 seconds, because that could have been a turnover, but at the last half second, LeBaron Phylon able to find Aiden Sherrill. Cuts to the basket. Had an uncontested, what would have been an uncontested layup, but gets fouled, goes to the line for 2.
Holloway with a dozen points now. Excuse me. Sherrill with the bucket, now with 5 for the Crimson Tide, to go with his 8 rebounds and give him 6 as he makes that one. 74-71. Bama to within 3 with 9 minutes to go, and the crowd trying to come to life here at Coleman Coliseum to give a little spark to the Bama defense. Griffin far side, gives it top of the arc to AG. AG a dribble to his right. Now keeps it going and hands it off to Griffin. Griffin stops, had it hacked away by London Jemison. And that's going to be 3 shots for Jemison. That was really close. Really close to being a clean strip of the basketball. In fact, they are looking at it.
The ruling on the floor is a Alabama foul. 2 shots for Texas A&M.
I think they may be looking at, was he
whether
outside
it's 2 or 3,
the 3-point line. Looked like he had initially it looked like he had a toe on the line, but they're going to look at it. And
this play's under review, and it's brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler.
3 shots for Texas A&M.
I kept talking because I knew we weren't going to like what they had to say anyway. Bama fans thought it was a clean swipe. Don't think it was, but it was really close. Rylan Griffin, the first of 3 free throws. knocks it down. He makes it a 4-point lead. Allen's made a bunch in this building that we were happy about, but not so today. 13 points, 5 rebounds, and a chance to get it to 14, and he does as he hits all 3. So 77-71. Aggies with a lead with 8:40 to go. Bama with the basketball. Here's here is Holloway front court for Alabama. Aiden going to his right. Stops, brings it back out to the wing. Lost the handle, got it back. Needs help now as he's lost his dribble. And he has to burn a timeout. The mishandle by Bama, forced by the tenacious defense of the Aggies. And it brings us to another media timeout. 8:24 to play when we come back. It's 77-71. A&M leading Alabama here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Bama fans, each Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
The Alabama Education Association is the member-driven voice of Alabama's education employees. AEA members are teachers, education support professionals, administrators, professors, future teachers, and education retirees. Joining the Alabama Education Association has never been easier. Use their new online membership for a fast, safe, and secure way to join today. Visit myaea.org to learn more.
.24 to go in the ball game. Bama down to A&M 77-71. The best move of the game is presented by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Bama is striving, BP. Best move.
Yeah, Alabama needs to get going offensively, and Latrell Reitzel has done a good job of knocking down shots, and LeBaron Philon, only 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Bama needs stops. They need to do a good job defensively, do it without fouling. A&M in the double bonus, but 8:24 to play. Alabama down 6, a very important 8:24 for the rest of the season.
And down to the Bama bench now, and Roger Hoover.
Yeah, all that was mentioned really was one play at a time. I heard that one phrase from Coach Adams maybe a dozen times before Coach Oates started his talk to the Crimson Tide. So really talking about the defensive effort, one play at a time, and then also a really emotional leader throughout each and every Crimson Tide huddle has been Houston Millett, really acting guys like a coach on the floor.
So Alabama with possession coming out of the timeout. Tide will have Amari Allen, Latrell Reitzel, Aiden Sherrill, Aiden Holloway, and LeBaron Philon on the floors. The inbounds goes to Reitzel. Now to Sherrill on the far wing. 5 on the shot clock. Holloway with it. Over to Philon. Lets the defender go by. Now launches a 3 bottom. Great way to end that possession coming out of the timeout. Bama down by 3 with 8:07 to go, and the fuse lit on the crowd here at Coleman Coliseum.
Just said we needed LeBaron Philon to step up. He needs to do it on both ends, but a huge 3 for the sophomore.
Deba on the drive, puts it up from 6 feet, short. Rebound fought for, scramble on the deck. Bodies all everywhere, and a tie-up is called, and the arrow is going to favor Alabama. They've been getting a lot of those loose balls here in the second half, Bryan, but Alabama with great hustle to make sure they got the tie-up.
Yeah, both teams getting on the floor for the loose ball. Arrow goes the way of the Crimson Tide. Mentioned huge shot from LeBaron Philon. Alabama needed a stop, got it, and now they'll go against A&M's full court pressure.
Philon with 10 points now. One of 4 players on the floor in double figures for Alabama, joining Holloway, Reitzel, and Allen. Holloway driving to his left, gets into the paint, got bumped, no whistle, shot is up, counted, and he is fouled. They didn't call the foul when he got hit, but as he continued on, they did blow the whistle as he put the shot up, and they will give him a chance for an and one that would tie it up at 77.
That's a great job by Aiden Holloway to put on the brakes after he got by Ja'Cory Lane. Recognized that the defender was right behind him, moving a little too fast, a little bit out of control, put on the brakes, took the contact, and able to finish with the floater.
The late whistle, but the right whistle as Holloway will try to tie it, and does. 77 apiece. 7:34 to go. Alabama and Texas A&M in a great one here at Coleman Coliseum. Near side, Aggies have it. Up top, they work it to Dominguez. Goes left, hands it off to Agee. Agee back to Dominguez underneath. Puts it up, and a foul's going to be called on the Tide, and Aiden Sherrill as Dominguez, a great veteran move, keeping him on his hip, pump faked him into the air, and drew the contact.
A beautiful pass backdoor to Dominguez, one of the best three-point shooters in the SEC. Alabama's done a good job on him on the perimeter. Got to continue to the last 7:17 of this game, but able to slip to the basket. Aiden Sherrill not in great defensive position, tried to get the block shot. Got called for the contact, and A&M at the line.
Dominguez missing the free throw. 0 for 1 there. He's 0 for 1 from 3. That second free throw is up and good, and the Aggies go back up by 1. Dominguez out. Clements comes in to replace him. Bama trying to inbound it. Allen trying to get it in, and does. And a foul's going to be whistled on Ja'Cory Lane on the inbounds play. And so for Alabama, that'll be 2 shots upcoming for Aiden Holloway, which will give us a chance to take the lead. First one since the 12:26 mark. That's 4 now on Lane.
Yeah, Bucky McMillan talking to the officials, feeling like Aiden Holloway pushed off. And Alabama's guards need to understand that the A&M coaching staff's in their ear about those push-offs, and Alabama trying to create a little space against this A&M pressure. Got to watch out, can't be too aggressive trying to get open.
Holloway now with 15, ties it again at 78. Trying to give Bama the lead once again. 7:17 to go. Free throws perfect. Aiden 7 of 9 from the stripe in this one. And the crowd again rising as one at Coleman Coliseum as the home team is up 79-78 with 7:07 to go. Clements with it at the top of the arc. Gives it off to Agee at the elbow. A dribble and a handoff. Griffin for 3, bottom. That is Rylan Griffin knocking it down, giving the Aggies a 2-point lead. Here comes Bama the other way. Front court with it is Philon. Off the screen, Philon driving, kicking, Holloway. Back to Philon, thought about a 3, driving into the lane. Pump fake once, twice, spinning, back out to Reitzel. Around now to Allen. Amari getting into the wing. Philon for 3 again. Hits it again. LeBaron heating up. Here comes A&M the other direction, though. A 1-point Bama lead, 82-81. 6:20 to go here at Coleman.
That was a beautiful pass by Amari Allen. Looked the defender away.
Backdoor feed, a beauty from Agee to Lane, and it's an 83-82 Aggie advantage again. They have eaten us up on those backdoor looks. Here comes Philon, front court for Alabama. To his right, the dish to Allen, the handoff to Holloway. Aiden working his way against the defender. Kicks it over to Philon. LeBaron just wants a little room. Going down the lane, puts it up. He stopped on a dime and laid it in for 2, and it's an 84-83 Bama lead.
Beautiful move by LeBaron Philon, able to sidestep past Rylan Griffin for the easy layup.
Lane to Agee, top of the arc. Lets a cutter go by. Backdoor again to Lane. Layup no good. He was challenged by Sherrill, and Bama hurries the other way. Allen to Phylon. LeBaron hesitates, gets into the paint, spinning, stopping, looking, outside to Holloway. 15 to shoot. Bama up 1. 5-10 to go in the game and ticking. Holloway top of the arc, moving to his left, and a foul's going to be called in the paint on Texas A&M.
I think it'll be Aiden Sherrill going to the line for 2. Bama trying to spread out the Aggies. LeBaron Phylon heating up. 15 points, 11 of those since halftime. Making some big plays, in Alabama heating up. 5 out of their last 5. Amari Allen, LeBaron Phylon leading the way offensively for Bama.
Free throw up and good by Aiden Sherrill, who now has 7 points to go with his 8 boards, all of them coming from the free throw line. 2-point Bama lead, 5:06 to go. Free throw up, free throw good. Here comes Charles Bediako in, and Sherrill's going to get a great round of applause as he heads to the bench to get a breather. Bediako playing with 4 points, 3 boards, and an assist and a block tonight. Aggies working. Lane to his left. Gives it up to Agee, and the handoff to Isaacs. Going down the lane. Stopping, spinning, shooting, missing. Rebounded Holloway, and Holloway gets fouled by Isaacs. And that'll send Aiden back to the line to shoot 2 more with 4:46 to go.
Great job defensively by Alabama. 5 guys blocking out, including smallest man on the floor, Aiden Holloway. Did a good job of rebounding the ball, feeling the contact, letting the officials know it. And they've called it tight here in the second half, and now Alabama starting to benefit from that tight whistle.
3-point Bama lead. Make it a 4-point advantage. Bama led, I think it was 29-21. And had a chance to add to their lead as a timeout is called by Texas A&M just before the free throw by Holloway. 87-83 is the score now. Brian, I can't remember exactly what it was, but Bama had a 10-point lead, I think. Trying to find it here. Let's see.
I know it was at least a 9-point lead.
It was 28-19. With 10:16 to go, had a bucket opportunity, missed it, and A&M came back and went on a 10-0 run to take a 1-point lead, and it's been back and forth since then.
Yeah, both of these teams very capable of runs, and we've seen it this year. A&M under Bucky McMillan, a team that presses, traps. They can go on a 10-0 run in about a minute. Alabama, with their firepower, can do the same thing in a different way, not pressing and trapping, but can get going quick with under 5 minutes to play. Maybe the team that has the last run in them is going to win this game, but good to see Bama doing a good job starting to put some stops together on the defensive end and understanding the tight whistle. Getting to the line here in the second half. Alabama been to the line 11 times since halftime, making 9 of those, 18 for 24 overall. Aiden Holloway, who took that hard fall in the first half, has played big. Hasn't shot it well from the 3-point line, just 1 for 5 from deep, but has 17 points, most of those coming from the free throw line. He's 8 for 10 from the stripe.
Alabama sending Aiden Holloway to the line for his second free throw attempt. He's 8 of 10 in the ball game. Only 1 of 5 from 3, but 17 points and a chance to get it to 18. If he can knock this one down, it would give Bama a 5-point lead with 4:46 remaining. And he does. Right in rhythm, absolute perfection. And the crowd trying to help the Bama defense again. As Lane will bring it ahead for the Aggies. Kicks it on the wing, gets it back, drives underneath, tough layup, no good. Holloway another board. Aiden coming the other way, flips it ahead to Allen. Driving, dishing, Phylon to Reitzel now. He'll drive, leaner, good! Bama by 7 with 4:26 to go.
Alabama making the extra pass. LeBaron Phylon finding Latrell Reitzel for the floater.
AG driving in and scoring over Mediaco. A tough basket there. And Alabama's lead is down to 5. 4:10 and ticking. Time left here at Coleman Coliseum. Massive game for Bama against the league-leading Aggies. Phylon to Allen, who lost it, got it back. Drives in, it wouldn't go, but he got fouled. And Amari will have 2 free throws when we come back. Heading down the stretch. Only 3:59 to play. It's Bama 90, A&M 85 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Don't let pests invade your home this season. Give them the full court press by calling Cook's Pest Control. The experts at Cook's deliver a full lineup of pest control, from termites to mosquitoes, all year long. Trust the South's most trusted name in pest control for over 90 years to protect your home court. Make the winning play and call Cook's today.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie. Cook's Pest Control.
Baumhauer's Victory Grill has always been proud to serve fresh-only ingredients in their recipes. Some of the key ingredients to these recipes are legendary sauces. Baumhauer's is excited to announce that these famous sauces are now available in grocery stores throughout Alabama. So, the next time you shop in your favorite grocery store, ask for Baumhauer's legendary sauces. If they do not carry them, just ask the manager to request them in their store. Baumhauer's is saucing up Alabama with their legendary sauces now in grocery stores.
Tonight's game is a good one, and it's presented by Visit Tuscaloosa. Thank you, Visit Tuscaloosa, for your support of the Crimson Tide. 3:59 to go in the ball game. Bama has a 5-point lead over Texas A&M, 90-85. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Back in Coleman, Bama up 5, 90-85. Be sure and stay tuned after the game for the Regions postgame show with Bama coach Nate Oates. Put an extra Roll Tide in your wallet with the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Go to regions.com/Go Bama. Regions is the official bank of the SEC. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan, Passink. We are up top. On the Bama bench is Roger Hoover.
Yeah, easily the most charged up Crimson Tide huddle in terms of energy we have seen all night long. And once again, I mentioned him last time out, but Houston Millett continues taking up his vocal leadership for this basketball team to an entirely new level. It's hard to get anybody to calm down, Bryan, with what's on the line right now as Alabama tries to win a pivotal game in the SEC.
Yeah, I love to hear the leadership over on the Alabama bench, and Houston Millett, who has played well in this game. He's got 12 points, 4 fouls, all of those coming in the second half. But it's been LeBaron Phylon here in the second, catching fire. Only had 4 points in the first 20 minutes. He's got 15 for the game, 11 of those here in the second half. Aiden Holloway and Amari Allen, Alabama's backcourt, playing well here late.
Speaking of Mr. Allen, he just knocked down the free throw. He's got 11 points now for the game. That was his first free throw attempt of the night. Second one is up. That one's too strong off the back iron, but Bediako cleared the miss. It came right to him, and now it's Holloway with it. 3:53 to go. Bama backing it out just a bit. Holloway working against the defender, goes left, spins right, had it knocked away, scrambles, goes to the deck, and a tie-up, and the arrow is going to favor Texas A&M.
Missed opportunity right there. Great job by A&M to deflect the ball. Had Aiden Holloway, a couple of Aggies on the floor for it. And nice job, Charles Bediako, getting on the offensive glass, but unfortunately, Alabama not able to capitalize.
Aggies will pick up the ball as it rolls toward midcourt. Lane on the right side, working against Reitzel, and that's a push on Luttrell.
That'll be 2 shots for Ja'Cory Lane, a veteran move from a veteran. Did a good job of getting the angle on the baseline. Not a ton of contact, but got past the defender. Luttrell Reitzel didn't like the call, but not able to move his feet, cut off the baseline, and it'll be A&M at the line where they have lived here in the second half. Aggies 18 for 24 overall. 20 of those free throw attempts have come since halftime and about to add to it.
Lane's first is up and good. I don't think Nate Oates was upset with the call, or disagreed with the call, I should say, from Byron Jarrett. I think he was upset. He feels like he should have had the same call on the other end of the floor. But nonetheless, Lane makes it a 5-point game and a chance to get it to 4 with 3:39 to go. And he does just that. Hits them both. He'll exit, and they'll get in the bigger guard, presumably for defense, in Josh Holloway, a Samford transfer. Inbounds goes to Holloway, dribbling away from a double team, gives it over to Philon, who flips it front court to Allen. He works it in the corner to Reitzel. Gives it back to Holloway. Dead on. 3, too strong. Rebound claimed by the Aggies. A missed open look there with 3.5 to go. But now A&M gets into the paint. Stopping, looking inside. AG lays it up and in for 2. It's a 2-point game. 91-89. Trying to get free. Holloway being defended by Griffin. Holloway gets by him initially. Now he works it to Allen. Back to Holloway again. Boy, we need a bucket. Holloway near side, being defended by a bigger man in Federico. To Allen. Allen driving against the big man. Goes by him. Hands it around to Bediako. Pass hit him in the chest. He couldn't handle it. And the Aggies can tie. They drive in. They'll lay it up. And we are tied at 91. 2:45 to go. Here's Philon with it. Front court for Alabama. Hopefully it's the Tide's turn for a run right here. And a foul's going to be whistled on Texas A&M. It'll be 2 shots for Charles Bediako as he got popped in the mouth by Federico.
And go back to that last turnover. Alabama 6 for their last 7, but a couple of turnovers and some missed opportunities on the offensive end. Amari Allen hung in the air, and the pass, a lot on it, hard to handle. Another Alabama turnover. They've done a pretty good job throughout this game taking care of the ball, but big one right there. The tie-up against Aiden Holloway. Back-to-back possessions. And A&M on a 6-0 run.
Bediako misses the first of 2. He was 11 of 13 on the year coming into this game, but he's only 2 of 6 tonight. 2:37 to go. And a big free throw upcoming for Charles. The 7-footer knocks it down. And I think he's going to check out, and Aiden Sherrill will come in to replace him for the Tide. Bediako with 2 fouls. Sherrill coming in, who has 3. Crowd trying to help Bama from a noise standpoint, as Lane has it front court for the Aggies. They get it to Dominique, who misses it. Dominguez missed it, and the rebound claimed by Alabama. Here comes the Tide running the other way. Left corner, Reitzel fakes a 3, steps right, shoots it short. Rebound claimed by A&M, and the Aggies down 1, come the other way with 2:12 to go. Front court, it's Hill on the near wing with a dribble. Hill to his right, trying to back his way down on Holloway. Gets into the paint, shoots, and scores over the slightly smaller defender. 1-point A&M lead with 1:55 to go. Amari Allen almost got a foul.
Yeah, very fortunate. He cleared out, no call, thankfully.
Philon on the drive, through contact, lays it up and in for 2. LeBaron, a huge final 10 minutes of regulation. He's got 17. Bama by 1, 94-93. Lane, though, giving it off to AG. The layup is good. Aggies go back up by 1. Now it's 1:30 to play. We trail by a digit. Here's the Tide getting it front court with Philon. LeBaron going downhill, stops, leaner short, rebound tip, knocked out of bounds, touch last by the Crimson Tide. Officials may choose to review this one. with under 2 minutes to go. And they do change it. Wow, they overruled it. One official overruled the other as coming in to make that call with Steven Anderson overruling Byron Jarrett.
And Alabama doesn't have a challenge, and the A&M staff reviewing it right now to decide they are not going to review it.
Yep, here's Bama with the ball, down 1:15 to go. Holloway driving, dishing, Reitzel for the lead. Bottom! Oh, mercy! Latrell Reitzel Jr. puts Bama up 2 with 1 minute to play.
Alabama needs to stop, defend without fouling. The Aggies have lived at the line.
Lane for 3, no good. Rebound, Reitzel is Bama boxed out, and now we got numbers pushing it. Now Latrell will weave through traffic and let everybody get set. 2-point Bama lead, 97-95, 40 seconds to go. Near side, Reitzel working against Dominguez, gets into the paint, kicks it out to Holloway. 8 to shoot, 7:28 to play. Now Holloway, right side, driving, stopping, 2 to shoot, throws it up. Oh, mercy! It was desperation. It fell, and now a chance for the and 1.
My goodness, what a shot. Had to get it up. The shot clock was winding down. He threw it up, took the contact, was laying on the deck when it went through, and a huge three-point play opportunity for Aiden Holloway.
If you watch SportsCenter and they still do top plays, there's number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Unflippin' believable from Aiden Holloway, the little man, a massive bucket. And unbelievably, he now has 20 points to go with 6 boards and 4 assists, and a chance for the and 1 that would make it a 5-point lead with 22 seconds to go.
Alabama was just down 1. The officials changed the call, gave it back to Alabama, a Reitzel 3, and now a potential 3-point play from Holloway.
Come on, baby. Too strong. Rebound tipped and controlled by A&M. They hurry the other direction. Downhill is Hill. Lays it up and in with 15 seconds to go. And the Aggies use their final timeout with 15.2 seconds left in what is now a 2-point game. 99-97. Man, what a ball game here at Coleman Coliseum tonight.
A&M gets the timeout, and you know what's coming. Full court pressure. Alabama's done a pretty good job taking care of the ball against the Aggie defense. Just 6 turnovers for Alabama. Aggies are going to have to decide if they don't get the initial foul, or excuse me, the initial steal, then foul. Alabama's got to be strong with the ball.
Nate Oates with his team huddled around him, discussing strategy to get this one in. First and foremost, there is a review of some sort going on. The official review brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. I don't know what they're looking at, but they are discussing something at the scores table. And maybe we'll get some word from Steven Anderson. I don't know what it is. Maybe just clarifying where the inbounds will take place. So A&M's got no timeouts left. Yeah, Nate Oates still has 2. And that's big if you can't get the ball in.
Which is not an easy thing to do against the A&M press. Alabama trying to get the ball in the hands of their best ball handlers, decision makers, and free throw shooters. Nate Oates goes with 5 guards on the floor.
A&M's got the 6'11" Federico with wingspan from here to Northport, denying Amari Allen, who gets it into Phylon, trying to work away from trouble. Picks it up, needs help. He will throw it, nearly a wave. It's fought for. Scramble on the deck, tie up, and the arrow, hallelujah, favors us with just 5 seconds to go. That was dangerously close to utter disaster. And in fact, A&M wants a 10-second call, Bryan, and they may be right. There were 15.6 seconds, I think, on the clock when Bama inbounded the ball. There's only 5.1 right now.
Yeah, Bucky McMillan and the A&M staff asking for a 10-second call. And one thing they need to review is, looked like a good full second went off the clock after the jump ball, but they're looking at it.
So here's the deal. If it's it can't be a 10-second call. They've got to review, they may review it to look at it, but it's still a jump ball situation that's Bama's. So
yeah,
walk us through where we go there.
Well, first of all, Alabama made a mistake not calling a timeout.
Exactly.
I mean, you have 2 timeouts. LeBaron Phylon has been so good here in the second half. Almost a devastating mistake as he tried to make the play. Could have called a timeout, didn't have anywhere to go with it, but a couple of Bama players got on the floor for the loose ball, tying it up. Change of possession goes the way of the Crimson Tide. And I'm sure Nate Oates and his staff reminded his players, you have 2 timeouts. Don't take chances. And thankfully, another opportunity to do it. This time, a little harder to inbound the ball. You can't run the baseline after the change of possession call.
And Reitzel will try to trigger it in again with a 7-footer, Federico in front of him. And hopefully he remembers he can't run the floor. Bama's biggest player out there is Amari Allen. Luttrell gets it in. Allen gets fouled immediately as the second, or almost a full second, goes off the clock. It's at 4.4 right now. You hit 2 free throws, it's basically over. You miss either of the 2, A&M's got a shot. You miss them both, and we got to sweat like crazy until that buzzer hits 0. 4.4 on the clock at the moment. 99-97 on the scoreboard. Amari Allen at the free throw line for Alabama, where he's made 1 of 2 in this game. That has come here in the second half. Allen on the year, a 74% free throw shooter. The freshman eyes it, shoots it, misses it off the back iron. So at a minimum, with 4.4 to go, A&M could tie it with a 3.
And if he makes it here, Alabama typically likes to foul up 3, but you can't do it when they're going into their shooting motion. It happened in Norman, Oklahoma, almost cost Alabama in that game. Nate Oates talking to Aiden Holloway and LeBaron Phylon about it as Amari Allen steps up for his second free throw.
Here it is. And he makes it. 3-point Bama lead, 100-97. A&M's got to go the length of the floor, and they've got to make a 3 to tie it. Who's going to inbound it for the Aggies? They're trying to get lined up. They don't have any timeouts. The trigger man will be Lane. He gets it in, it gets a return pass, and Bama fouls immediately Agee, that will send him to the line with 3.4 seconds to go. And that's a great foul by the veteran, Houston Millett. That is his 5th, but it's the right play nonetheless. If you talk about taking one for the team, Houston just did right there.
And now it'll be a much different looking lineup for Alabama, going bigger. With Aiden Sherrill checked in the game, Alabama had 5 guards to handle the ball and shoot free throws.
Agee, 78% shooter, misses the first. Now he's got to miss, doesn't he, Bryan?
Yeah, this will be an intentional miss. A little surprised Alabama doesn't go with Charles Bediako rebounding position. But it'll be Amari Allen, Aiden Sherrill, and Bama's going to try to go a little bigger here.
Yeah, London Jemison will come in. So they'll have Jemison, Sherrill, Philon, Allen, and Reitzel. Second free throw up. That one's no good. Rebound tip way out. Tip into the hands of Griffin for the tie. Short. Hallelujah. Let's get out of here. It was almost storybook on the return to Tuscaloosa for Rylan Griffin. But thank goodness for Bama's perspective. While it was dead on, it was short. And Bama hangs on. 100-97 is the final. And the Crimson Tide still very much alive in the SEC race as they hand the Aggies just their second loss in conference play. Bama improves to 5-4. Postgame coming your way in a moment as Bama wins it 100-97 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green Equipment to give you a big tried-and-true advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, skaters, to large agricultural equipment, they've got serious game. Plus, the tried-and-true Tri-Green team is always there when you need an assist. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma SR5 for $279 a month for 39 months. Offer valid through March 2nd, 2026. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. $42.78 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Bama fans, why wait to start your college journey? With the University of Alabama Early College, high school students can earn college credit from UA now, online or on campus. Students are eligible after completing the 9th grade with a 3.0 GPA or higher. Thousands of students across Alabama and the United States are already part of the Crimson Tide tradition. So don't just cheer for the Tide, join it. UA Early College. Legends start here. Visit earlycollege.ua.edu to learn more. Roll Tide.
Nobody beats the Tide on the court, and nobody beats Cook's Pest Control when it comes to superior protection against unwanted pests and termites. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right, guaranteed. Call Cook's today for your free quote or to schedule a free on-site inspection. Roll Tide.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Welcome to the Regions Postgame Show on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Get your University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today.
Roll Tide, celebrate. Alabama wins 197 against Texas A&M, handing the Aggies only their second loss in SEC action this season. And for the Tide, Alabama's back over 500 in the league at 5-4 with this win tonight against Texas A&M. Roger Hoover, glad to welcome you to the Regions postgame show. Put an extra Roll Tide in your wallet with the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card. Order at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, the official bank of the SEC. Bryan, Passink, it went down to the wire. Wasn't pretty at times due to the pace from some of the calls we saw in the second half, but this basketball team got a much-needed victory against one of the SEC's best.
Yeah, the SEC's best currently, leading the league. A&M, Alabama desperately needed this one. A huge win for the Crimson Tide. And listen, give A&M credit. They battled. They played like a team that's leading the league should. And Alabama had to make some big plays late. Took care of the ball throughout. A key in this one, when you play the Aggies, if you don't take care of the ball, you're not going to give yourself much of a chance. Alabama comes off of a game in Gainesville where they turned it over 18 times. And you play a team in Texas A&M that leads the SEC in steals. Only 6 turnovers for Alabama. Huge in this game. The backcourt for Alabama stepped up in the second half, especially late. Not a great first half for LeBaron Philon and company, but in the second half, they made plays. Some huge shots down the stretch from Latrell Wrightsell, Aiden Holloway, LeBaron Philon, and Alabama gets out of here with a huge win.
Let's name our Texaco star of the game. Unbeatable shots, unbeatable plays, and the unbeatable mileage of Texaco with Techron. The top scorer for this contest was Aiden Holloway, 20 points. But Bryan, I was pretty impressed as well. He had 6 rebounds in this ballgame. Really toughness shown both sides of the ball from Aiden.
Yeah, he was terrific, and what a huge three-point play. Late in the shot clock, looked to be well defended, and able to knock it down. Got fouled, huge three-point play opportunity. Alabama making big plays by their backcourt on the offensive end late in this game. And listen, it was far from a one-man show. Aiden Holloway was great. So was Amari Allen. He did everything here tonight. 12 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, couple steals. He was terrific. Great to have Amari Allen and Aiden Holloway back healthy. Those guys have been banged up the last couple of weeks. Amari Allen, a little rusty against Florida. Good to have him back and good to have him in practice for a few days leading into this game. I don't think it's an accident that after he's been back for a little while, knocked the rust off, been able to practice with his teammates, that he had a big game. And he played well, the entire backcourt did. And this is a huge victory for the Tide.
Alabama rolls 197 over Texas A&M, a critical win for the Crimson Tide here early in the month of February. Once again, the final score, Alabama 100, Texas A&M 97. We're just getting going with the Regions postgame show. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Get ready to rev up your engines and feel the excitement at Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac. We've got the perfect ride to match your style and adventure. Visit us at our showroom at Skyland Boulevard and let our friendly team help you find the vehicle of your dreams. Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, where hometown pride and unbeatable deals collide. Drive with passion with Barkley. Visit us today or check us out online at barkleygmc.com.
Barkley makes it easy.
Crimson Tide fans, this season don't lose out on your home comfort. Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics and has been delivering the highest standards in home comfort across Birmingham for over 60 years. If you're looking for a great team and elite service from a quality company that cares, you can't miss with Brown in Birmingham. Score big this year with Brown Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Visit brownheatingandcooling.com/specials to save on your next service. Roll Tide!
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the University Student Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryan Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business and Roll Tide.
Pump fake once, twice, spinning, back out to Reitzel. Around now to Allen. Amari getting into the wing. Phylon for three again. Hits it again. LeBaron heating up.
That was our assist of the game. It's presented by Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Spice up your favorite recipes with Baumhauer's famous signature sauces that include hot sauce, sweet Thai chili, white barbecue, and Jamaican jerk sauce. Baumhauer's legendary sauces now available in grocery stores all throughout Alabama, or you can also order online at baumhauers.com. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary food, legendary fun. Alabama tops Texas A&M 100-97, the final score on this Wednesday night. We take a look at our turning point of the game, brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore SEToyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Bryan Passink, let's go to that turning point in this one.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how much time. I think it was the under 8-minute timeout, and Bama came out. LeBaron Phylon made some tough plays, and the Alabama backcourt came up big. Some of the veterans, and I'll count LeBaron Phylon as a veteran, even though he's just a sophomore, but Latrell Reitzel was huge in this game. Houston Millette, kind of an unsung hero, did so many little things, knocked down shots, got in foul trouble in the second half, but he was terrific. Aiden Holloway, we've talked about Amari Allen. Alabama, a team that desperately needed a win. They've been struggling, haven't been healthy, getting healthier. I still think this is one of the best backcourts, if not the best backcourt in America, and they played like it in the second half. Huge shots, huge plays on the offensive end. Got enough stops against the offensive firepower of A&M. We thought we'd have a high-scoring game, 100-97, even though it was a little bit of a foul fest in the second half. I think fans got their money's worth. This one was fun to watch.
It really was. So now next up, the Auburn Tigers coming up on Saturday in what is always a grudge match, Alabama against Auburn down in the Plains.
Yeah, always fun. Alabama won there last year, had the Mark Sears floater at the buzzer to end Bruce Pearl's career there at Auburn.
Sure did.
At home.
No celebration on the floor afterwards.
They did not get to celebrate that one. But, no, listen, we've had some great games in the Alabama-Auburn series and a great one last year. It will not be easy. This is a really good Auburn team. They're always tough to beat at home, and Alabama's going to have to continue the momentum to play well. Got to get better defensively and got to defend without fouling. Not able to do that in the second half. Was able to do it late in the game. And offensively, this Alabama team, one of the best in the country, got to get better defensively. I thought they made some strides in that direction late in the second half when they needed to. Were able to get stops and make big plays offensively.
Bryan, Roll Tide, great win, safe travels. We'll see you down the road.
Looking forward to it. Roll Tide.
That's Bryan Passink. I'm Roger Hoover. Up next, it'll be Tom Stipe taking a look at the Alabama Power scoreboard update for a final time this evening as the Crimson Tide roll to victory 100-97 over Texas A&M. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.